pasting that in again and see if that fixes it. Okay, yeah, there it is. Okay, and we are back, everybody, and welcome. We decided to do Danganronpa 2, because last week we cut it in the middle of the investigation. I wrote down my notes here.
No, we completed the investigation, we just didn't do the trial.
So we're hoping that we can get the trial done in a couple of hours. So it seemed like the perfect fit for what I thought would be a 3-hour, and it turned out to be a 3-hour DLC thing, and now we are back. I have spun the big wheel, and surprisingly to me, it pulled up the one series that I put on it. It's one of those series that everyone says that they should get around to, and they almost never do. I think it has potential. I don't know where the hell it's going to go, because likewise I have no information. We're going to be playing Square Enix's Lost series, Parasite Eve.
I think I have a friend who really likes Parasite Eve.
I played the first couple of chapters of the first game. I thought it didn't have enough to do anything with, but I'm willing to give it a second chance. But if we do this, we're going to be... it's either going to be all or nothing. We're going to be doing the whole trilogy.
Okay, so 3 games, like Mass Effect, gotcha.
Because there's Parasite Eve 1, 2, and then I think the third one is called The Third Butterfly, because they decided to spin it out onto the PSP. So what I had written down was obviously the head fell off and that's what killed him. There's no blood on the hammer. They did tie him up by his arm, and I think they tied up his arms and legs. The tower is locked from the strawberry side, but as we figured out, there's probably more to that because the tower flipped itself around and looks completely different. The alarm or the second button hit... I think I did write the hatch on the sleep button is broken. The pillar rocks are only under his body. At 5:30 a.m. Akane exited the room because of the crash noise. Whoever did this broke all entrances from Strawberry. They broke both sides of the Strawberry Tower door, which is odd.
Yeah, they chained up one side and broke the button on the other side.
Strawberry House does have an alarm clock that, and at 5:30 they heard the alarm. Everyone went to the... I wrote down everyone, or I think... No, everyone heard the alarm at 5:30, and Nekomaru went to the tower at 5 o'clock.
Yeah. So Fukahiko's account is that he went to there at 5 o'clock, and I don't know if it's someone's account or if it's wall clock. Yeah, okay, it's under wall clock. At 5:30, the alarm on the wall clock in the lounge of Strawberry House went off. Basically everybody in Strawberry House except for Nekomaru went to see what the fuck was going on, and they had to shut it off.
The last couple...
except Nagito. Nagito also wasn't there.
The last 2 notes I have is that the broken elevator was locked, and the grape side of the elevator is broken. I don't know anything more than that. I just wrote the grape side of the elevator is broken, so I don't know how it's broken.
It was broken. They broke a thing on that side. But he managed... They went into the panel and, like, messed with the wiring, but he was able to fix it.
So, considering that Strawberry is so broken, I'm thinking that someone on the grape side did it. And without knowing anything, I think Sonya did this one.
Okay.
I don't know how she did, but she seems to be my prime suspect.
For viewers who are curious and maybe don't remember or haven't watched what side, who's on what side... All the boys except for our protagonist were on the Strawberry side. All the girls that are alive are on the grape side, along with us, the protagonist.
Oh, and if you didn't notice through the pictures, this is an odd case because the person who died was Mekamaru, who is a robot, and also probably the biggest guy left alive at the time.
Yes. Yep.
So this is... whoever killed him hit him with a pillar, assumedly, and had to work really hard to make this happen.
Yep.
So I'm assuming by the blood not being on the hammer, maybe that was used to knock over the tower.
We'll have to find out.
Because I can't. I guess the only blood came from his head being detached. Because everything, like, if you hit him with the hammer on the outside, then I don't think blood would come out because it's like blood oil. So by that point, you would need to, like, I don't know, break into his, like, lines and shit to actually get oil out of his body. Because I don't think it's like humans where, you know, he gets hurt and he starts bleeding. I think it's more like he has to get, like, physically super damaged. They did put a bandage on, Mikan's face.
Yes, there's a bandage on her face. I'm gonna turn... I think your volume was different on the other computer, like...
yeah, I should turn that
volume
down.
Picked up. You're quieter right now for me.
How am I quieter?
I don't know, on this computer you're quieter than you were on the other computer, because I can't hear you over the game as well. Now, given this game's louder than the other game, but...
I can't really think of a reason that would be happening, because my mixer shouldn't be screwing with that.
Oh, now you're sounding louder, so like maybe you did something. It's not your mixer, I think it's your my Discord settings for you.
Maybe if I move it over here.
You sound fine right now. You're good now.
Okay, let's get this started, because apparently you're on a time crunch.
A bit, yeah. I have to be over at my friend's house to help him move to his new house at 8:45 in the morning.
Is it at least close?
Yeah, it's like 15 minutes away, not even.
Yeah, because if I had to do that, I'd probably have to get up at like 7:30, and probably earlier than that. I love how consistently useless Akane is as a character.
But yeah,
why don't we try going over the incident?
Yeah, we should, because this is a really complicated crime. I could imagine that the rocks under him might say that his body was moved, but considering he's like nearly 300 pounds, and probably more considering he's now a robot, I don't know how the fuck you would possibly move him. So I don't think that's what happened.
Hajime and Chiaki were also with me.
Hajime was with Miss Sonia and Chiaki that early?
Kaz.
Don't tell me you three were together since last night.
I don't think so. Didn't we all go to bed?
I am not some woman with flexible legs.
Wow, Sonia just bluntly called him out on that.
With legs like those, I could probably do the splits.
What the fuck are you talking about?
he's focusing on the line splits, flexible legs. If she had flexible legs, she could do the splits easily, she's saying.
I don't know, Sonia looks like a stick figure.
Three of us discovered Nekomaru's body. The body discovery announcement was made soon after. Akane heard that and rushed over.
We heard the body discovery.
I'll be back in a second.
Sounds good.
As I recall, we found out the elevator was out of order.
Okay, that should fix that.
So we decided to go to the tower for the time being and head to Strawberry Hall. But someone even broke Strawberry Hall's door button. We couldn't go anywhere because of that.
And Kaz never fixed it. What a jerk.
He fixed it eventually. The very end.
Oh.
The first thing he had to fix though was the elevator. He fixed that first.
Let's talk about the killer. Anyway, it's definitely someone.
Because this game series has a good way of like mixing in the obvious stuff with the red herrings. Where it's like the thing that you should be thinking is the thing that it actually is, but it hides it very well.
Yeah.
By making it like really complicated. Which is why I think that someone from Grape House did it, because like someone broke every other entrance from Strawberry side.
Now, enough with the lovers' quarrel. We need to think about this seriously.
Everything we've been talking to up to now has been bullshit.
The incident this time has many questions.
And Chachki has all the answers. And Nagito is going to take those answers and throw them in a wood chipper.
the weapon.
Did Kaz just call her stupid?
Well, the weapon is obvious.
Airheaded, I think.
What the fuck is Nagito still on his power trip of superiority?
Just by looking.
I don't remember.
Because I remember that was a thing, but I don't know if that was a thing in general or just towards a
Anyway, they're claiming the weapon's obvious, but they're all gonna fall on the hammer in a second, and we're gonna have to correct them with the...
Well, can't you just use the
Pillar.
hammer to break it because there's no blood on the hammer, or it's not... I mean, it says new looking.
Weapon first.
So isn't the hammer itself the contradiction?
Well, we have to wait for it.
No, the hammer.
They're arguing about what the murder weapon is.
See, this is what happens when none of the characters bother to investigate anything. I mean, I guess that might be a contradiction.
What?
I guess.
Damn it.
I guess that's not a contradiction. I'm jumping the gun. That's me jumping the logic gun. I do this. I've done this all the time throughout the series, because technically the body is beating the crap out of. So
It's not a
you
contradiction.
can't- It's not a contradiction to that specific phrase. I'm contradicting the fact that he said that hammer is what I want to contradict, but that's not what I'm
If it wasn't
contradicting there.
expected, I suppose that is possible.
That's right. It was a surprise beating.
Oh, okay,
I mean,
guess
that's
we
true.
agree.
It's decided.
So where is... Do we have his off button? Because we have to...
We have
off
like
beat-
7 bullets, so we have a lot of stuff.
I guess we should figure
We have
out
the chain. I don't think any of this is gonna help.
That pillar, huh?
Oh, yeah, the wire, he was tied up, so it wasn't as... I guess it wasn't technically a surprise?
No, so... If it's blue, that means we agree with it. Like,
Yeah, it's
we
an
can't
agreement.
contradict the blue one. So we either have to contradict, beat the crap out of him, or we have to agree with
If it was unexpected,
the
I suppose that is
unexpected.
possible.
And we know it's unexpected, or we believe it's unexpected.
It was a surprise beating.
Okay, it's not wire.
Yeah, because...
What do I
Eh,
have that makes sense to this?
I guess we should figure out
we have 2 statements. It shouldn't be this hard to figure out.
Right there at the scene of the crime.
We do it all on the floor. I don't think the hammer would be the agreement line.
The killer used that hammer
Maybe the pillar?
and beat
I'm-
the crap
Yeah,
out of
I'm.
him.
Maybe use it on the contradiction?
If it was unexpected, I suppose
No, I
that
already
is
shot. I
possible.
already shot pillar on the contradiction.
That's right.
Oh, I guess I forgot.
Surprise beating.
Oh,
Damn it.
Is that hint, like,
Guess we
useful?
should figure out the
it can be.
The chain is the door chain, right? Because one of the doors is chained up.
That pillar.
Hold on, I have a plan. It's gonna be dumb if it works, but
I think it's gonna be dumb because it's the first thing I suggested.
and beat the crap out of him.
found it.
What the fuck?
It's brand new hammer because if you beat the crap out of him, the hammer wouldn't look brand new.
Yeah,
That's
that's just why it's
contradiction.
real dumb.
It's a very specific kind of contradiction.
Yeah, it's a contradiction on, like, the adjective.
A lot of oil was
Right, it's a very specific adjective.
So
Or,
I guess
yeah,
they're
very
assuming it's the
specific.
murder weapon, which would necessitate the oil part. I'm kind of looking forward to Mega Man 9 because, like, after all these long games, I kind of wanted a game that I could just shoot through in one shot.
Well, yeah, but the killer might have wiped out
And
the
in
oil.
original series Mega Man, they are incredibly short.
Why?
Well, obviously, to make the hammer look like it's not the murder weapon.
Is he saying that they cleaned the hammer?
Bother cleaning
Yeah.
the oil.
Okay.
If they didn't want it
I don't want to
to
get too off track.
discarded the hammer.
Because in a case this complicated, I need to get the details.
Pretty insightful, baby gangsta.
Really?
Baby gangster? Me?
He's not a comedy villain.
Test you guys.
Fuck off, Kaz.
I thought maybe you guys mistook the hammer for the
Really, dude? Really?
Trying to save face.
Seems that was a waste of time.
To be fair, like 30% of all these trials are wastes of time.
I mean, that's because we gotta
The problem.
teach the stupid people what happened.
I hate all the stupid people in the cases. Because all they do is just offer up the dumbest questions.
How about we
Because we need to establish, like, everything in our pants. Even, like, the most obvious shit.
It's not the weapon. So whatever has oil on it must be the weapon, right?
Now we're moving to the pillar.
I mean, it's an obvious statement, but at least it doesn't make Tchotchke look like an idiot. I mean, assumedly it's the pillar.
That's what she was saying. She was like, maybe we should just try to focus on the obvious, what has blood on it.
Then that pillar is the
I'm actually kind of surprised they also censored the oil, because it's oil. They painted it blue.
I think they did that more for the fun of it. Like, if the blood's pink, then the oil gets to be blue, like the opposite of pink.
Is Gundam not suggesting that someone, like, just knocked it over?
Tried to move it, right?
I mean,
Well,
no one pushed
tried
it
to move
over.
it.
Even Akane couldn't do it, which rules out literally everyone who could. Because
Yeah,
she's
everybody
the
here
strongest.
currently.
Like, just in the future, are they gonna get to, like, the mystery detail that Nagito saw? Or does that have to do with, like, the framing device, the premise, more than this case?
What he saw at the window has to do with this case.
Okay, so
The
he's just
book
gonna
he
hold on to a
received-
mystery detail, and
the
then just
books
pull
he
it out of his
received-
ass.
The books he received, are have to do with the scheme at large.
one dude who could have lifted that pillar.
I wonder if it is a scheme. Or it's just a giant conspiracy way above our heads that has nothing to do with us.
With that dude's super strength, lifting a pillar would be real easy.
I don't know.
Lifted the pillar.
I think even a pillar would be a bit much for Robot Man.
You mean Nekomaru killed
If this is a suicide, I'm gonna be real surprised.
Tried to commit suicide.
I don't know how it would be a suicide because he was tied up, but it would be completely insane.
with the case at all?
And I'd kind of have to respect him for it.
Well, I guess you're right.
What the heck?
Okay, so let's use the rope to disprove the suicide.
Well, yeah, so Nagito went and was like, hey, the book mentioned the murders of the previous game, and it seems we're following a pattern. The fourth one should be a suicide then if we're following the pattern.
Yeah, he was like, hey, look at this book. Isn't this whole shtick getting formulaic? Wink.
And there's no other weapon we can think of.
And then he, like, actually had a point after that.
There may be a way to use the pillar as a weapon without lifting it.
The hammer?
For reals?
Yes, for reals.
I see. So my gut was right after all.
Have you ever been right, ever?
You, Sonya. Prove
Why does she have to do it? Because she suggested it?
Understood. Then I shall give it my all.
What is she gonna do?
Yeah, here I go.
Prove that the pillar was the murder weapon.
Yeah, but she doesn't play the game.
She's probably gonna say something wrong, or someone's gonna say something wrong to her, and we're gonna
Oh, okay.
fix it.
Wait, we don't have the hammer as a bullet?
Not for this one.
Huh.
There's no need to lift that pillar.
If the pillar was not lifted,
Well, then what killed him?
beating him with it is beyond a dream.
What about tipping the pillar over?
Oh, she suggested the actual...
Head and bullseye.
Wait, is that actually not the answer?
Even I could probably tip it over. Considering the pillar's weight. it
How is the
probably
pillar's
should be
weight a
force.
contradiction?
Sonya, you go, girl. I'm getting hella excited.
Okay, I figured it out.
There's no need to lift that
I mean, doesn't it have to be? Because it's either the hammer or the pillar, and the hammer doesn't have blood on it.
Beating him with it is beyond a dream.
No,
Is it-
that we're not. Just because we disagree with her here doesn't mean we're not saying it's not the murder weapon. We're just saying whatever she's saying is wrong.
Even I could probably tip
Well,
it
the
over.
contradictions we have is the tipping it over and the weight of it.
It probably exerted a ton of force.
Wait, we have to use the weight as the contradiction?
Yeah, you can't tip it over if it weighs too much.
But the hammer's really big.
Well-
There's no need to lift that pillar.
But you're jumping the gun. No one's saying anything about the hammer, Jeff.
Oh,
we
so
have
we're
to
just
play it-
we're just
we have to
throwing out
play
a
it-
possibility rather than proving
What
something.
about tipping the pillar over?
Because they're saying tipping it over, not breaking it with the hammer.
And bullseye.
Really? They're getting that pedantic?
Tip it over.
I mean, my point is you have to
Considering the pillar's
you
weight,
have to take them at their word.
Literally.
You can't, yeah, you can't jump and put details in there that aren't there. So if they don't mention the hammer, you can't think about the hammer when you're doing whatever you're shooting. She didn't mention the hammer, so this is not about hitting it with the hammer. This is about pushing it over, because that's all it is.
Yeah, I remember this same sort of bullshit appearing multiple times in Ace Attorney.
What about tipping the pillar over?
Huh?
Oh.
Well,
Goodbye.
Damn it!
okay, so what do we got here? We got the goodnight button, the oil on the floor, the pillar itself.
Oh.
Is the pillar the contradiction to the pillar?
Yeah, because the fragments are underneath him.
Yeah, but we still haven't
So
proven
if
that
it
he
fell
wasn't.
on top of him, it wouldn't. The pieces would be on top of him, not underneath him, Jeff.
Well, yeah, but we haven't proved that he was able to be dragged anywhere.
There should have been fragments.
So how does that make any sense? How was he killed if the pillar didn't kill him?
I mean, we're not necessarily saying that the pillar didn't kill him. We're just saying that the pillar wasn't pushed on top of him. That's a different sentence.
If the pillar had been
If it
tipped over and crushed,
if it wasn't pushed on top of him, then how did it kill him?
We'll have to figure that out. That's assuming it is the murder weapon.
I mean, it.
We considered that too.
You know,
Probably not what happened.
I
'Cause, yes,
don't.
we do
I
have to
don't
figure
know
out what the
how
murder weapon-
else it wouldn't be.
That was entirely my bad.
If they didn't tip it over,
Then how did the killer murder Nekomaru with that
They
pillar?
threw Nekomaru at the pillar.
how much longer are
The
you gonna
pillar
put
stood
it on?
exactly where it was.
Let it go already.
there's no way I can let it go.
I'm positive that Nekomaru was killed by that pillar.
Damn it, I'm agreeing with Akane, which means I'm wrong. Fuck.
I have a feeling.
A feeling, huh? That's just your instincts.
But we can't say for sure that that instinct is
I'm
right.
actually surprised Nagito has waited this long to talk. Because he's usually the biggest fucking chatterbox.
You guys just haven't noticed it.
Is that true?
Well, this is what Nagito does all the time. He's like, I know the answer, you guys need to figure it out.
You guys, same as usual.
Oh, is he actually losing faith in the Ultimates?
Clear a path to the future with your own powers, so you just stand there and falter.
Oh, he's just claiming that they aren't trying hard enough.
And you all intend to fight the Future Foundation?
No, he is losing faith.
What did you say?
Because he used to believe we would always persevere. Now he's doubting us severely.
Whatever he saw out of that window must have really changed him somehow.
Hey, Nagi,
There's actually this stuff in the
what the hell
books.
happened to you?
What was in the books besides a record of the thing that already happened?
Stuff about us.
Learned a valuable lesson.
Well, yeah, but does he give that much of a shit about our revelation?
What do you mean?
I mean, there might have been stuff about the rest of them too.
I mean, I guess it
That's how the pillar
I guess it might cause him to doubt the whole group. I don't really know why.
First of all,
Well,
the
so
pillar itself
Or
a
the
lot
school.
of times, potentially he saw us similar to how some of the characters saw us in the first game. So a lot of people saw Makoto as the hope of the team, and like in a way a leader, but not a direct leader. But
Well,
like,
he was the leader just by the fact that he did more things than anybody
Right.
else.
So Nagito might have noticed that like Hajime is one of the most like useful people around at solving this stuff, but now that he knows that we're not an ultimate, that means the other ultimates aren't worth as much as us, which throws a bunch of problems in his mentality, right? If the other ultimates are worth less than Hajime, and Hajime is no one,
but when combined with a specific item, there's a way it could be possible.
We have a lot of those.
A specific item?
Is it the wire?
Ultimate weapon.
I thought the ultimate weapon was a gun.
Ultimate weapon?
Didn't we
No.
find it?
That thing you
so
you
the
cleaned
gun was
world
part
with?
of the final death room. If you beat the final death room, you got into.
Ultimate weapon is?
If you beat the final death room, you got to go into a
Oh,
room where
yeah,
you got
the
awards based
room
on
of
how many
weapons.
bullets you put into the gun. Based on how many bullets you put into the gun. Nagito got all of the awards because he put all of the bullets but one in the gun.
Do you think he knew what he was doing, or was he just bullshitting around? Because
What,
he
with the
he
gun
was
thing?
acting sarcastic about putting all the bullets in the gun because he was like, I don't know how to play this stupid game. I'll just do all of them.
So to Monami, he was talking about how he didn't know how to play this game, but when he later appeared and was talking about the game to Chiaki and Hajime, the way he talked there implied that he knew exactly what he was doing, which is a thing Nagito does constantly in this game. Is he feigns how intelligent he is.
Yeah, he's always hiding things.
But I'm pretty sure everyone else.
Like he acts like his luck caused this and he didn't know about it, but he actually knows how to play with his luck.
You've seen it clearly.
I mean, he did plan the whole first murder, and his luck just made it happen, exactly as his machination.
He who cuts the insolent catalyst.
Anyway, Gundam's claiming he's the ultimate weapon now.
Sword of victory.
Oh.
Only fitting.
I thought they were getting to the point where it's like, the ultimate weapon is hidden in plain sight.
No, you are far greater than the ultimate weapon, since you wield your 4 dark devas of destruction.
They haven't done that much, though.
I see.
I mean, they haven't been that useful.
But I'm unliking this.
No, the point here is Gundam and Sonya started getting buddy-buddy in this chapter.
I do remember, yeah, because Din Sonya was like, oh, we're making the team, I'll just drag him before anyone calls anything, and we'll just do the investigating.
So every time we split into teams of 2 to search around stuff, Kazuichi went like, oh, I want to team up with Miss Sonya, or I'm going to team up with Miss Sonya, and then someone would always go, Sonya already left with Gundam. Like, every single time. It happened like 3 times, where it was just like, Sonya left with Gundam already, like, while everybody was talking.
I wonder if this is gonna go anywhere, or was just done for laughs. Sonya and Gundam together. Ultimate team.
Realize it? Jeez, get it together. You're
Oh, now they're just being very literal about his character arc.
Ah, I forgot. Except for Hajime, of course.
Except for Hajime?
Oh yeah, he didn't tell everybody.
I'll explain it to you guys.
Yeah, because that's a reward.
We must first clarify the secret of the funhouse, right?
The tower?
It must have something to do with the structure of the funhouse.
It's, double-decker. It's stacked on top of each other.
Strawberry House leads to Strawberry Tower, and Grape House
Yeah, except that,
leads to Grape Tower.
I don't know. Haven't we started establishing that this map is a lie?
They're both the same building, and
We
both
have
are
reason to
located
suspect
in
that
the
this
same
map
place.
isn't accurate. You're correct there. We have found evidence that suggests that something's
It is
not right.
undeniable that such a sweet building structure is the secret of the
Why did she
funhouse.
say that?
Just making a dumb joke about the fruit,
Not only does that make perfect
because
sense,
fruit's sweet.
but Miss Sonya's beautiful.
Oh, God.
Kazuichi, stop simping.
Faux show.
Oh, God. I did not need to hear this voice actor say that.
That's a playback to when we first met her at the very beginning of the game. Like, I don't think too many of those have come up.
Seriously?
Well, so I think if we hang out with her, some more of those come out. But, like, so the point is, where she's from, she gets, like, the rest of the world's culture a bit late. So, like, she uses phrases that are dated.
Yeah, I'm learning culture via television.
Yeah. So, at the beginning of the game, she does it, and, like, a couple other times she does it, but I think most of the time she does it is when you do hang out with her.
What do they mean, strange feeling in tower? What does that mean?
Strawberry Tower and
I don't know. I don't remember what that bullet is. Let's take a look. Where is strange feeling in tower?
Oh, it's
Okay,
when we...
regardless of whether you enter the... Oh, yeah. So, remember at the end, we decided...
Yeah.
He fixed the button. We came in through the strawberry door. And when we came in through the strawberry door, he was still dead on the far side of the room.
Yeah, the arrangement was the same, even though we assumedly came from the same place.
Yeah. Also, the chains were
different
supposed to
places.
still be on the door. We didn't take the chains off the door. We just fixed the button.
Yes, that too.
Because that was Nagita's suggestion.
are actually the exact same place.
I mean, that's not really a contradiction at this
That's
point.
The secret of the funhouse.
Unless we know something that,
Is that
I don't know, they
really
haven't told the player.
We'll figure it out.
It's weird to say they're both the same place. I mean, the walls are different colors. And the designs on the floor are also different.
Okay.
We've already settled this problem.
No, we haven't.
Give it 10 years before you argue with Miss Sonya.
Oh, what? But they're different buildings? No. I mean, they have to be the same building somehow, because Nekomaru was in both.
are actually the exact same place.
So that's the secret of the funhouse.
Is that really it?
Maybe it is the broken
You
doorknob.
say they're both the same place. I mean, the walls are different colors. And the
That's a
designs
true
on the floor
statement.
are also
That's a true
different.
statement.
So shoot it at the first statement.
Settle this problem.
Yeah.
Give it 10 years before you argue with Miss Sonia.
Well, the chain's here, but I don't see the chain.
I don't think I saw the chain either. I think I saw the wire.
In truth, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower are actually the exact same place.
Okay, it's not that.
Damn it.
Damn it!
In truth, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower are actually the exact
Actually, it
same
might
place.
be that because it.
It is
Yeah,
Green
it's
Field.
the more obvious one.
We were overthinking that one.
Yep.
Both of those towers, are they really the same place?
Why are you asking that now? Do you harbor a grudge
Ooh,
because
what?
Monaco destroyed your
How can your kingdom destroy anything? It's like got a 10,000 population.
Also, how did her country destroy Japan?
Doesn't it seem
Is he from Japan?
Hmm? All the characters are from Japan. Well, except for Sonya.
when we went to
Are we sure they're not from Neo Tokyo?
Tomorrow's body was in front of the
Neo Tokyo's in Japan. That's from a different game series, but it's in Japan.
But when we went to Strawberry Tower from Strawberry Hall, his body was in front of the
Okay, Jime, draw a conclusion. How does this make sense?
It's probably some kind of trick, like
I don't think they would build a tower to do that. It seems like a very convoluted thing to add.
It is a fun house. I'm just gonna remind you that this is a fun house, so don't
Wait.
don't think of the building's layout as.
Yeah, but rotating the whole tower around?
We'll have to figure it out. We'll have to figure it out.
Does that mean he's wrong?
I mean, that seems kind of silly.
Oops, I guess I've said too much.
I mean, we can make it an assumption, since we don't have an answer. We don't have the evidence.
Bow down.
Yeah, Sonya's really pissed off that we argued with her.
Then how about this? Somebody
While we were moving
How would that be the answer?
during that time.
then Monokuma did it while we were
What the
moving.
fuck are you doing?
Quickly moved things around.
Monokuma has never...
His body wasn't the only thing moved.
I want to say that, but I think that Monokuma has actually fucked with a crime scene at one
Let them
point.
roll it. Just like if there's no bread, let them eat cake.
That makes no sense.
Alright, time to do this part. What do I have? Wire. Hold on.
You have 8 bullets, or 7 bullets, or
I
8
think
bullets.
Chain might be what we need. Let me take a look. We have chain, filler fragments, broken doorknob. It might be broken doorknob, but I'm thinking it is probably going to end up being the chain.
Well, I don't know what the
Sorry.
argument is.
I mean, I don't know either.
The body
Oh
of
my
the pillar
gosh.
could have been moved. The pillar could have been rolled,
No, it couldn't
and
have.
Nekomaru could have been moved piece by piece. I decree it was Monokuma's doing.
Okay.
I ran out of cuts.
There are many different ways. The body and the pillar could have been moved.
Oh, do you have to, like, multiply your hits?
Yeah, I only have so many swords,
Could have been moved
so I have to
piece
try
by
to hit.
piece.
I have to try to hit things together.
It was Monokuma's doing.
It's actually kind of clever.
'Cause that cuts in the lower right-hand corner is how many times I have it.
Short time. That might be hard even for Monokuma, don't you think?
No, Mono Bear could do anything.
Monokuma is surprisingly strong, wielding the power of the futuristic Robo-Bear, the pillar, the body, everything at the crime scene.
Oh, yeah, hit him. We gotta hit that everything with something.
Crap.
Because everything
fuck
wasn't
is that?
moved.
You have forgotten.
Ah,
The
fuck!
pillar fragments?
Monokuma is surprisingly strong, wielding the power of the pillar, the body, everything at the crime scene.
Hold on, I have to.
Do
I
we
have
at
to-
least get to start
Ways.
Okay. Oh no, it wasn't chain. We're going with
the
what was it?
pillar?
Broken doorknob.
The pillar could
Well, if that doesn't work, maybe the pillar would do it.
I decree it was Monokuma's doing.
The problem is I can't rotate the bullets fast enough.
Moving the body
Yeah, you don't have a lot of
in short
time.
That might be hard
Well,
even
especially
for
because I have to be
Monokuma, don't you think?
actively cutting the words.
It seems you have forgotten. Monokuma is surprisingly
We're not saying this is easy because it looks more complicated.
Everything at the crime scene?
Oh,
Okay.
wasn't that?
So is it the pillar?
It seems you have forgotten.
Because the pillar didn't move. Isn't the
She
wire
was
what he was
right.
tied up with?
He could have moved it all, easy as pie.
Wait, weren't we supposed to hit that contradiction?
Yeah, the problem is I can't rotate the bullets. This is getting really annoying for me because
You have to pick.
it's oil on the floor because you can't move oil on the floor.
Oh.
We overthought it again.
I don't know, the pillar technically doesn't move.
Well, okay, so what she's claiming though is that they rolled the pillar. They rolled the pillar into the new location because they can't pick it up. So like that argument doesn't fully work.
I mean, I
But it's
guess.
definitely the oil because you can't move the oil.
Yeah, you definitely can't do that. So I guess it's a stronger argument.
Allow me to cut through those words.
We overthought it.
Well, I just didn't consider it.
Moving the body and pillar.
Fair. We were really hard thinking on other things.
Yeah, because it's like, to prove that things aren't moving, like broken doors, the pillar, it seems like good arguments. Because these things don't move.
I mean, they can be moved though. Well, the door is not the best thing because you can't see the door. Because like when you go in through grape side, you can't see the grape door, and when you go in through strawberry side, you can't see the strawberry door.
Yeah, and the
so,
doors are one-sided, so you can't test it.
Then it's impossible to think it was moved.
I am terribly sorry. I cannot believe I got so.
Yeah, you're just rapid-firing arguments all over the place.
Sonia is awesome to watch.
Kazuichi stopped simping.
Is Kazuichi simping gonna be the reason why he killed Nekomaru somehow? Kaz did it.
If he would want to kill anybody, he'd want to kill Gundam.
How the fuck would he kill Gundam? It seems... I don't know, like, compared to Gundam, he seems like such a string bean of a human being. Although he could probably, like, kill him with a bulldozer or something. Kill him with, like, a robot killing machine. I mean, they have to be the same building. Somehow. It's not like the fucking two towers teleport everything between each other, because that makes no sense.
Hey, Nagito.
Do you have the answer? Is that why you've been standing there saying nothing the whole time? You've just been biding your time?
You guys a big hint that can help you solve the secret of the funhouse.
Give us the answer, not a friggin' hint.
But then it wouldn't mean anything. I need you guys to do this class trial properly.
What does he mean properly?
Because it will help me.
The whole the ultimates need to overcome hope thing.
Does Nagito know who the traitor is because it's him?
He might. I mean, the books might have helped him figure it out.
I mean, the book should have alluded to the first traitor. They should have already talked about the plant.
Okay, remember he was giving 2 books. One is part about the first game. The other is the stuff about this class. It's like the book of the school on this class.
Was
It's
it
just how he
like...
found out it's just how he found out Hajime's not is just an ordinary.
Oh yeah,
student.
because he's from the
Reserve.
city.
We're from the
That's
reserve
it.
class.
I couldn't think of the fucking word.
Who knows it is because I was the only one who performed the appropriate action.
It's because he solved the puzzle.
I see.
Oh yeah, the only thing that he
Talking
did.
about the final dead room, right? You cleared the life-threatening game there and found something, didn't you?
He found a lot of stuff. Like, he got the 5 bullet reward.
What I saw after I cleared it.
True.
In the depths
Of all the people to give all the answers to, you gave it to this guy.
And there, a small conspicuous window waited, all by itself.
It's the 4th reward.
Window, I saw some very strange.
Oh, he saw the outside of the building.
Which tells him which helps him figure out the architecture.
Instead of explaining it, it might be faster just to show you.
Does he have a video recording on his person?
I found a perfect
Oh, he does.
in the final dead room.
You took a picture?
Yep.
That's not that creepy.
I mean, he grinned creepily, but yeah, they don't necessarily draw that, I guess. Anyway, let's see this peculiar picture.
It's upside down.
Let me explain it to you.
Wait, what does this prove?
I took this picture on the first floor of Strawberry House. From the secret room within the final dead room.
Wait, this is the first floor?
Well, yeah. Well, yes, because that's where the final dead room is. But what's important is, remember the drawing of the map?
The first map
Jeff?
that we saw.
Yeah, the map Monokuma gave us.
Oh,
that we drew
there's no building on the other side of the tower.
Yeah, so that's the tower in the middle. Here's Strawberry House, presumably, is that this route. But look on the other side. We don't see a side for Grape House.
But don't you think it's weird? If the funhouse's structure is what you guys have been thinking,
So, sideways elevators or something?
don't make sense in this picture, right?
I mean, there has to be a...
Then let's
I don't know.
begin.
Because there's two doors on either...
Thinking
No, wouldn't that prove that the tower rotates then? Because there's doors on both sides of it, but only one can be opened at a time.
Here.
Point at the nothing.
If the structure of the funhouse is what we thought it was,
That minigame's in literally both mystery-solving games. Click on the weird thing in the picture. We did that in Ace Attorney.
I don't know if we did it every time in Ace Attorney, though.
viewing the tower from
I don't think we did it every time in this game either.
house behind.
Damn this game and its 12 mini-games.
But in this photo,
Like 7.
anything behind the tower.
This game put in a lot more mini-games.
It added a couple, you're right.
I remember it tutorialized itself for like
And is that it?
3 hours.
Yeah, so what the last one did, the first game did, it kept adding new features onto the existing minigames every single trial. This game just spreads out the minigames. So we have the thinking minigame where we have to piece the word together. We have the normal contradiction bullet minigame.
Do
What
we
did
have to
he say?
click on the bridge? Or like the... I don't know, like the... Oh, that was actually the answer?
It's that there's a part below us. So if he's on the first floor,
Inside the final dead
if he's on the first floor of Strawberry House, why are we so high up?
Because there's a basement.
If that's
Or maybe that's how the train got here.
taken from the first floor of Strawberry House.
Because we got in this funhouse via train.
We did get to the funhouse by train. We were knocked out and we woke up on the top floor of Strawberry House.
Oh, so it might just be magical bullshit then.
This photo doesn't look like it was taken from the first floor. The angles suggest it was taken from higher up.
I guess you could call that an angle.
I mean, you're looking down at the trees, so.
That's right. Good call. In summary, this is the truth contained in this photo. The first floor of Strawberry House is located in a high area, and Grape House is not behind the tower.
It's not. Are you saying that Grape House is merely an illusion spell cast by Monokuma's...
No, the tower is... I guess you could call it an
From this point on,
illusion.
do your own thinking. Now that you've finally met the same requirements as me, if you guys are truly symbols of hope,
Gundam is so shocked by him saying that.
mystery like this, it might be possible for Hajime to solve it too, even though he's just a normal high school student.
Well, at least he's not insane in Nagito.
Despite the fact that you don't have a real talent,
He has a talent. He's the investigator. Look at you idiots. The only one who could upset his investigative powers is just Nagito, because he just seems to be able to solve everything by barely looking at it.
Yeah, remember, so before the elevator was fixed, Nagito showed up in Grape House after he saw the window.
Yeah, he did appear randomly,
And he claimed, he was like, maybe I teleported.
which was him bullshitting.
Grape House, right? I'm asking you.
Is the first floor on the top floor? Then where's the second floor?
The top floor, right?
Such sharp eyes. So analyzed it already. Top floor. So the third floor?
But the Monokuma archive should be the only room on the 3rd floor of Grape House.
What does it mean?
Huh. Oh, yeah, the double.
This is my favorite minigame in the series.
The
where
multiple
they ask
choice
you
questions.
Yeah. And you get to drive around and...
This minigame just reminds me every time of Mario Party 3. I'm surprised you didn't fit in there.
I mean, I hit it at a bad angle. Like, I ended up hitting part of it when I did it. Okay, question 1. Do Strawberry House and Grape House both exist?
They exist.
We've physically been inside both of them. To claim they don't exist would be stupid.
I mean, the thing they might be claiming is, like, somehow they're the same building.
Yeah, I suppose. But we already
got the question.
Well, we already faced the whole are they the same building, because that's what Sonya was claiming, remember?
Well, I thought, wasn't she claiming that the tower was the... Weren't we asking about the tower?
Anyway,
they're the same building.
Yeah.
Somehow.
They are indeed the same building.
Well, I don't know how they're the same building, but maybe the answer is the elevator, because the elevator's always been weird. They're just sending you, like, both the houses are back to back. Vertically?
To each other.
Vertically.
Pretty sure they're next to each other. I'm wrong. Because I was thinking they're next to each other because he mentions... So he came from 1st floor of Strawberry House to 2nd floor of... Like, he somehow skipped a floor, is my point. Like, that was what I was thinking. He skipped a floor.
Okay, so how do you find the doors between both houses? Or is it just via elevator?
It's all coming together.
I mean, it is. Just kind of unbelievable, though.
Got it. I know the secret of the funhouse.
It's really fun.
Then let me hear it.
It's so fun that it drove us all crazy.
In the picture Nagito took from Strawberry House, I didn't see Grape House at all. So where did Grape House go?
Below us.
There is only one possibility.
It's in the basement.
Be seen from Strawberry House. Which means Strawberry House and Grape House are in the same building, but on different floors.
Same building, different floors?
What the hell is with Gundam?
Then the two houses aren't...
Does he seriously find this so unbelievable?
They're actually one 6-story building?
Sure.
Think about it like that. Based on Nagito's picture, it's clear where Strawberry House is located.
It's below the trees. I don't know, I think... How is it a...
It's above because we're on the 1st floor, but somehow we're above. And he would have dropped down into Grape House.
I'm gonna need another 10 seconds to answer this question.
Altogether, this means the 1st floor of Strawberry House is also the 4th floor above Grape House.
Oh, snap. I never expected that the two houses were connected vertically.
But what about the shape of the building? The two houses were completely different shapes.
You can do that, though.
Strawberry House is 4-sided.
I mean, it would look ridiculous, but you could do that.
It never occurred to us that they were the same building because it was structured with 2 different shapes.
Yeah, but yeah, you can structure it from the inside differently. You just have empty space in the walls.
quadrilateral and a hexagon, overlaid atop each other to misdirect how we would perceive them. And it worked, didn't it? Disregarding
Yes.
the tower, we fully believed the two houses were two separate, distinct.
Well, yeah, because who would think that who would build this like this?
Monokuma Funhouse. Remember, it's a funhouse, so it's meant to be wacky and mess with your perception. Like, that's just an innate feature of funhouses.
You've just been Kuma'd!
Yeah, Monokuma is the one that built it.
Don't you think a building full of so many surprises...
I guess I don't really consider it a fun house because we were just supposed to live in there until we all... Was this the part where we're all gonna starve to death, or was that something previously?
It was. Monokuma wasn't gonna let us out of the funhouse until someone died, and it meant we were gonna starve to death if someone didn't die.
Constructing a building like that on your own without my knowledge?
Did he build all of, like, Monokuma land?
Then what about the tower?
He presumably edited it because he didn't build the full theme park because Monami's house is there. He trashed Monami's house and made it into the haunted house, but it was Monami's house before that. So presumably there was some structures there. We don't know to what extent necessarily Monokuma built stuff, but he built the funhouse.
Yeah, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower should have also been different floors inside the same building. Just like Strawberry House was on top of Grape House.
So now this is our actual map.
Okay, so how does this solve the Nekomaru being in two different towers at the same time?
What do you mean? Towers and elevator? Like, so...
Okay.
So the door we see on the back wall doesn't matter because it's a fake door. So when we came in through Strawberry House, right, we're on the second floor of the tower.
No, I get it.
And on the back wall, we see the grape door that's fake, and then same thing on the bottom, but it's the first floor of the tower.
I would never have considered that the entire tower was an elevator. Although that does make sense because it has call buttons on it.
Different floors within the same
And it
building.
takes time for it to open.
Both places.
Aw, your precious hammies don't know? But it's so simple.
Well, what about you? You haven't suggested any of this.
The game also hinted at it. I mean, it very well could be Kazuichi about to explain it, but once Kazuichi fixed the elevator, Nagito told him to hold a compass while in the elevator.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Because
I forgot what the result of that was.
It didn't move. So like, had it moved the way it was supposed to, the compass should have moved.
Yeah, it would have turned somehow.
It would have turned some amount.
I completely
instead it
forgot that
didn't
compass thing.
Yeah, that's to help hint at it. Because we don't get to see out the window.
No,
I'm
we
not
just...
sure what
well, we
it's
don't have
gonna
to take
be.
his word for it because he had a camera.
I'm just gonna wait to see.
Oh, great. Kazuichi's gonna do something dumb.
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy.
What?
You mean a fake body?
No.
With a mechanical body. It should be possible to construct a dummy from spare parts.
You're magnificent, Gundam!
No fair! You totally stole my spotlight!
So which one was a fake body?
There is no fake body.
One of 'em.
Yeah, we have to contradict the fake body.
Okay, so what clues do we have about the fake body? Well, the not fake body.
Mystery in a flash.
Could it be the good night button?
I don't think so.
One of the bodies in one of the towers
Um...
was actually a dummy.
I think it's the Monokuma file. Nope.
No, I thought that was a bit too easy.
Well, because the Monokuma file would have like what we know, like the basis of our autopsy.
Hurry up, dumbass.
Is it the?
One of the bodies
Yeah, I
in
just
one of the
don't-
towers
I just don't
Is it the
know.
wire? No, I don't think it's the wire.
Maybe the chain would help prove that the tower is an elevator?
Nekomaru died with a mechanical body.
Well, the
Not
mechanical body. How is the mechanical body the contradiction?
It's not. It's not. I just said it's not.
Oh, do we have to
thing.
use it as a bullet?
No, because it makes no sense to use it as a bullet.
Well, I'm trying to come up with alternates because I don't know if any of our bullets are helping.
It has to be one of our bullets.
Well, everything's possible because it's all happened.
Then hurry up, dumbass. One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy.
This? Nope. I was thinking because like the pieces are underneath them, but that's not. I don't think that's the.
No, that would be the fragments, not the pillar itself.
Yeah.
Then hurry up, dumbass.
I don't think it'd be the strange feeling.
One of the bodies in one of the towers
No, it shouldn't be.
was actually a dummy.
Because we're not at the point where we're proving that the... have we proven that the...
Died with a mechanical body.
We should be proving eventually that the tower is an elevator.
Dummy from spare parts.
You are magnificent, Gundam!
Because I don't know if we've established that 100% yet.
Stole my spotlight. So which one was
I mean, we do only... I want to say we only have 2 contradictions, but I think we have a third one.
I'm gonna go with
I'm gonna solve this
the
mystery
good night button for some reason, and I don't know why.
dumbass.
But
It
it's
does-
either the good night. Why didn't the?
No, it seems like a... I don't know, it seems like a bad
Was
argument.
actually a dummy.
That's good. It's not. It can't be the chain though. The chain wouldn't make sense. And so, but to the wire makes no sense either to me.
Didn't you use the
'Cause, like,
wire already?
it's I don't think I did.
One of the bodies
I'm pretty
in
sure I
one of the
used
towers
Monokuma file, the tower,
was
and now.
actually a dummy.
Yeah.
Well, guess it's chain because literally all the other ones.
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash.
Or broken doorknob, but that doesn't make sense either. So
I don't think that would help. That seems like it's way too extrapolated to be the answer to the dummy one.
well, we're gonna take an ass-load of damage here. All right, so we literally only have broken doorknob now.
Well,
Then hurry up,
Doesn't make
dumbass.
sense either. So
One of the bodies in one of the towers.
and then if
So-
that doesn't work, it's somehow mechanical body.
no, or it's the other way around. It might be shoot dummy with mechanical body. I'm gonna try dummy with mechanical body first.
Then hurry up, dumbass. One of the bodies. in
No,
one of
it
the
has to be. It
towers
has to be. You're right. It has to be
was
mechanical
actually
body
a
on dummy.
You mean a fake body?
This contradiction is dumb.
Died with a mechanical body. It should be possible to construct a dummy from spare parts.
You are magnificent, Gundam!
No fair! You totally stole my spotlight.
Why is Sonya in love with Gundam now?
Shut up. Just pick
It
one.
seems like it just
love.
came out of nowhere.
She's not. I wouldn't necessarily say she's in love.
You know, she's admiring him a lot.
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash. Then hurry up, dumbass. One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy.
Oh,
I have
so
no
it was the
fucking
other way
clue.
around.
Damn it!
I mean, yeah, unless it's the other way around.
I'm gonna solve this.
I think at that point, haven't we run out of options?
Then hurry up,
No,
dumbass.
we could shoot every bullet at mechanical
One of the
body.
bodies in one of the
Oh,
towers
God.
was actually a dummy.
You mean a fake body?
Dummy at mechanical body makes no sense to me.
No, it doesn't
Yeah.
make sense.
Yeah, but I was like, I'll try it, but it doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. So now it's one of the bullets
I'm gonna
on
solve this
mechanical
mystery in a
body.
Would it
Is
be
it
the
Monokuma?
Monokuma
Is it-
file?
I don't know. That's the first thing I'm gonna try because that's the only thing that relates to his actual
Was
body.
actually a dummy.
I mean, it's not a contradiction, is the thing. Because,
Well,
like,
there
the
might be
file...
something in the There might be something in the Monokuma file we're forgetting. This
And that was not it.
Damn it!
because there's probably some minute detail on.
Mystery in a flash.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to start... We're gonna have to try again.
One of the bodies in one of the towers.
Because we got, like, 6 more options, and, like,
Oh, we
I don't
only
know,
have like
2
one.
more
We only have like
failures.
1 or 2 more shots before it's a game over.
Died with a mechanical body.
Okay, that might be game over. We either have 1 shot left or this is it.
You
Okay, we have
have
one
2
spell
HP.
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash. Then hurry up, dumbass.
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy.
You mean a fake body?
Nekomaru died with a mechanical body. It should be possible to construct a dummy from spare parts.
God, we didn't try one of the bullets. We didn't try Strange Feeling in the tower on dummy.
You totally stole my spot.
I don't know how that would fit.
So which one was
Oh, then again, we're down to like the 20th option.
Pick one of them.
We're either overthinking this or we're forgetting something.
solve this
Forgetting a detail.
Then hurry up, dumbass.
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy.
Holy
Okay, so
shit.
There
You
is
hit-
something in. There is something
You
in
hit
Strange
that
Feeling
at
in
the
tower.
11th hour.
Right?
Amazing.
Nekomaru's body wasn't a dummy. That can be proven. by
How was Kazuichi's account in Strange Feeling?
Me?
Remember?
The
From Great Tower to
his
Strawberry Tower.
the fucking compass part is in that Strange Feeling in the tower.
Bad move. And that's what you
Uh,
said.
Or he said something. I don't remember what, but he mentioned something.
He disassembled the body?
Yeah, he took apart parts of the body to perform an autopsy. Remember?
Oh yeah, he did do the autopsy.
The killer couldn't have known how you'd take apart his body, so they couldn't have built a dummy.
So that's us forgetting a detail. Like, I guarantee you, if we read the Strange Feeling description, that something about that is in there.
It would be a different story.
What the hell is Sonia's problem?
Miss Sonia, that's a pretty harsh joke.
I mean, this dude's not leaving her alone.
Joking, right?
It's alright.
Yeah, but throwing him under the...
The killer.
Tchotchke's not the killer.
He wouldn't have fixed the elevator or the button in Strawberry Hall.
That's true. He could
I
have
don't know. It would have made him look even more suspicious if he didn't.
Well, but he could claim that it's not, he can't fix it, it's too broken, or he needs a part that's not there. You know, he could just lie.
Yeah, but
And
for the
none of
ultimate
us-
mechanic.
Right, but he can't fix something if there's no part to fix it, just like he can't make the planes fly because there's no engines to put in the plane.
Well, tell him
all
to
he would have
MacGyver
to
some
do-
shit in there and get it firkin'.
But literally all he would have to do is claim that there's a part missing like that, and
Was in both towers.
Make it out of soap.
It was supposed to be on different floors.
We have things in this tower that we can use to make things.
Body moved to a different floor?
anyway, we're now getting to the fact that it's an elevator.
Do we have to answer this as a multiple choice again?
No, I think this one's gonna be our brain game, which is gonna be really fucking difficult at the fact that literally if any two letters that aren't the same touch each other, it's game over for us.
Ooh,
But you know,
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure this is gonna be our thinking game. Yep, he's doing the pose to the thinking game. Alright, so it's elevators, the word we gotta spell.
Well, it's... Yeah, that's
Elevator.
8 letters.
Elevator.
Okay, you got your O. Maybe you should just make, like, all the matches or something. I don't... Because last time you played this, like, they fucked you over because they just sent, like, so many bullets all over the place. That at points they were, like, fucking hitting themselves, like, the second they were on screen.
Where's my V?
It's not here. That's an
That's
A.
an A. I'm gonna need that soon.
Oh, the O's, the O's. The R's. The V,
That's my V.
it's there. Okay, now everything's speeding up. The T, the T, hit it. Ah, the V's gonna hit the R. There's no
I need my
O.
O.
There's an
There
O.
it is.
Go for it. Oh, you're so close. Now you just need the orange stuff. There it is. Get out of here.
Alright, we did it. And we might get a bit of HP back? Are we gonna get HP back? No.
No.
We did not get
You're
HP
on a
back.
knife's edge for the whole trial now.
Must be talking about an elevator.
Oof.
What? Are you saying Nekomaru's body was...
How the hell has
hoping-
Gundam been
I'm-
this surprised the whole time?
I'm hoping we get to that mid save point here in a hot second.
Is there a mid... Oh yeah, there is an intermission.
This entire second game, there's entirely been an intermission every single time. It feels like it typically comes after some big revelation, and all of this stuff together feels like the finishing of a big revelation.
Enter from Strawberry Hall or Grape Hall. It all leads to the same room, right?
This took $100 million to build.
So that's why we could only enter.
I don't know. Monokuma built giant robot mechs.
Do
He's
we know that
clearly
he
got
built?
funding.
Did he build them or did he steal them from somewhere else?
It took a while.
Fair, he could have stole it from somewhere else.
I see. We were basically waiting for the room to arrive, just like an elevator.
Please hold on. If the inside of the whole tower ascends and descends like an elevator,
She's starting to sweat for some reason. I'm thinking Sonya did this.
then why is there a picture of a strawberry on the far back door when you enter from Grape Tower?
Fake
Those
fucking
spotlights.
doors, sweetie. Fake fucking doors.
And a picture
Yeah,
of
it
the
is
face on the
fake
far back
doors.
door when you
It's a
enter from
fun house.
Strawberry
Fake
Tower.
fucking doors.
The spotlight's on the floor.
I mean, the light doesn't matter because the light changes.
Up and down like an elevator. There's no reason for the doors to change.
Plus, after the incident, the far back door in Grape
Do you think the
Tower
killer
was
knew about the fake
elevator,
doors
right?
thing?
But when we entered Strawberry Tower, those chains were.
Because I think if he knew about the fake doors, he probably would have chained up both doors.
If I remember correctly, even
Or maybe he
before
did, and that's why the doorknob went. I don't know why the doorknob would have gone missing, but I guess that would explain where the chain went.
There are too many strange things. Was that tower really an elevator?
Yes.
When you see people and things,
That's what Gundam does. He questions
look
everything.
what's instead of the bad.
Because he's so far above your intelligence.
So, let's put aside what's changed and focus our attention on what hasn't.
The chain and the doorknob, because they're different doors.
It's fine. Come on. What does everything that hasn't changed have in common?
It's in the same room?
Hey, this is a nice one because this is going to be one of the multiple choice.
Yeah, this
Like,
is going to
just
be just
pick
a
a thing.
question.
So, like, this will probably give me some life back.
Is it the floor? The Monami face?
I mean, I'll figure it out once we have the second. What do all these things have in common? They're all on the floor. The only things that changed are
Yeah,
things
they're
that
on
are
the
physically
floor.
in contact with the floor.
I see.
Okay, give us health back, please. Thank you. It's not much, and it's probably still not enough to survive, depending on what hurts us. Because if it's a bullet hurt, it's not. I don't think we survive that. But
Yeah, the problem is that you, at this point, like, you can't miss any of the fucking bullets. The truth
not for
bullets.
a hot second. Yeah, which is where we're fucking up the most today.
That elevator has something unique about it.
I mean, they're... Only the floor moves.
I see.
I was like, of course it's a circle. And of course it has a ceiling.
The elevator was designed so only the floor moved.
Only the floor moved?
Yeah, that's how elevators work.
No, elevators is a box that
Which means
moves.
the whole room
We
was
could
designed
develop an elevator to do this.
You don't see the walls moving with you when you're moving down an
That's why
elevator.
we saw different doors in each tower. Which means on the first floor of Grape Tower, the door on the far back wall had a strawberry design. And on the fourth
And
floor,
they were always locked because they
the
don't
door on the far
exist.
back wall had a grape design.
Yeah, because they're just a wall. Funhouse doors.
Well, you still have to lock the door because it's still a door.
They don't.
Oh, they totally do. Because it has hinges.
I want to say they lead outside.
I mean, it can't be a wall because people would just figure that out if the door was a wall.
Well, yeah, well, we can't open the door.
Oh,
Well, yeah, but you have to, like, lock it, otherwise, you know, if it's just, like, a fake door that's a wall, I mean, I think people would figure that out pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how fake doors work in fun houses.
it was actually very effective. Because of that, we totally misunderstood.
Yeah, because who the fuck would build a building like this?
Monokuma building a fun house.
It makes no sense, which is how this happened.
Right, but it's a fun house, so the architectural design of a fun house doesn't have to make sense.
Well, they keep
Also,
asking the same question. Is like, we totally misunderstood. Yeah, because it's the most ridiculous building on the planet.
Security and gently caress you.
Don't do that. Also, don't do that either.
Happen. Stop with the tasteless jokes.
By the way,
I don't even know if it's a joke.
that door in Grape Tower mean?
Yes, now we're getting to some questions.
I thought the chain was on Strawberry Door.
As far from Strawberry Tower as possible.
Why?
Because of that chain. You guys thought you couldn't enter there, right?
So it was an optical illusion.
Yeah, the chain and the broken button gave us 2 reasons not to even try to bother to go through the Strawberry Door. It was only once Nagito said, leave the chain, let's go fix the button, that, like, we got the whole strange sensation.
Wait, so
thing.
the killer actually figured out the layout first?
Well, the killer played the murder game.
They played the game, but in order to play the game, they need to know this. So they figured it out?
But no. So they played the Russian roulette murder game.
Oh, okay, they played the death
And
game.
so they didn't. Whatever number of bullets they put in wasn't the same amount as Nagito, of course. But they got through to where all the supplies were, and that's where they got the chain, the wire. That's where all the items that came out of nowhere came from. Because we knew where everything was in this building, because it was 6 floors that we could explore, and we looked around, and everything that was in here. There was a bunch of shit where we're like, wait, how did that come here? Like, where did the hammer come from? Where did the wire come from? Where did the chains come from?
Yeah, it's one of those obvious details
Yeah.
that needs to be written down.
The killer destroyed the Strawberry Hall button, so we'd stay away from Strawberry Tower. Everything was done to tamper with the evidence, so we wouldn't find out about the secret of the funhouse.
Does that really is that really tampering with evidence?
The appearance of a body in the tower would contradict what we thought we knew about the building.
They tampered with the building.
I guess tampering with evidence in the sense that they tampered with it ahead of time? Because, like, when I think of tampering with evidence, it's after, like, the investigation started. But, like, here they tampered with everything. They sabotaged a shit ton of stuff ahead of time to try to mislead.
Yes.
So, like, tampering is a good enough word, but I don't know if evidence is the right word.
One complete vertical building.
Yes, we know it now. We got it.
They want to just really make sure.
He could just figure it out by showing this 3D CG picture.
They destroyed the button and wrapped a chain around the door just for that?
Well, then where does the missing doorknob happen then?
We'll have to figure that out too, because we do not know why the missing doorknob's a thing.
After the intermission, whoosh. And obviously, murders cannot be inconvenient.
Connected to the ultimate weapon that killed Nekomaru.
Hold on.
Does Nagito know what this ultimate weapon is?
There's still
Yeah, we'll get to it.
information concerning the building structure.
What a pain.
Wait, there is a contradiction somewhere?
He's claiming there's one.
Proceed.
Well, let's get out the truth bullets.
You said earlier that Strawberry House and Grape House are connected vertically, right?
Then explain the elevator.
How does the contact elevator supposedly transport us from one
Wouldn't
house to
it
the
be up and down outside the building?
Yeah. So a contact elevator goes left and right and stuff, but
We don't know that, though, do we?
vertically? Then, when your back is facing the elevator, both towers
Oh, that's what he's getting at.
side.
oh yeah.
Does this reflect reality? Inside Grape House, Grape Hall is on your right when you're back.
Yeah, but the elevator takes a long time, so couldn't it just, like, go around the whole building?
And inside Strawberry House,
It's
Strawberry House
rotating.
is on your left
It's
when you're
so
close to the elevator.
the elevator is slowly spinning in a circle while you're in it.
The houses
Which is
are
why
on the exact opposite sides
But
of
hold
the
on, what did the compass do? I thought the compass said it stayed the same. Hold on.
Wasn't that...
I'm in it.
Didn't he
I'm
do
in a
that
room
test in
and I-
the... Didn't he do that test in the... No, he wouldn't have done the test in the tower, because they didn't know that.
So Nagito told Kazuichi that when he rode the elevator to hold the compass, And I forget what he said the compass did. Maybe he didn't say the compass stayed the same. Because if it spins around, he should watch the compass spin in a circle. Because if you're holding a compass and the room you're in is spinning in a circle, the compass should spin in a circle when you look at it in the room.
Yes.
So it must have pulled a 360. Maybe that's what he said. I'm going to have to read the bullets on this one, because presumably one of these bullets has the...
Akane, Fuyuhiko's, the elevator, Kazuichi's account.
There's a Kazuichi's account?
There's a Kazuichi's account bullet.
Okay, let me read Come on, Gabe. Let me go read Kazuichi's account bullet to see if it mentions the...
It spun 180 degrees.
Which means it turned hold on.
Yeah, because then it would have turned around the whole building, because it would only go 180 degrees. If it started on the left side and went over to the right side of the building...
It wouldn't have to spin a full circuit, it only have to... Yeah, it only had to spin 180. So yeah, okay, so this is definitely our bullet. Kazuichi's account is definitely our bullet.
Well, it's definitely not Nagito's surprise appearance.
No.
Vertically, not horizontally.
I mean, it technically has to go vertically.
Vertically is correct. We don't shoot that. That statement's correct. He's gonna say something else. Fuck. Was it not? I thought she said they're in the opposite. The towers are facing opposite directions.
I think she said the towers.
Well, we apparently had enough, so.
Two houses are connected vertically.
The elevator should move.
Vertically, not horizontally.
Okay.
However, at both houses, if the contact elevator is behind you, the towers are in opposite directions.
Yeah, that's...
Which means your reasoning...
It's clearly contradictory.
They say something at the very end?
With this iron curtain of teamwork.
No, apparently it's one or the other. The towers are either in...
It must be that they're not moving vertically because it's spinning and that's not entirely vertically.
Well, if you wanna bet on that.
Well, we know it's this bullet. There's no way it's not this bullet, so we just have to pick the right statement.
Well,
so
yeah, but this game gives you so much ammunition, it's ridiculous.
Well, yeah, because the difficulty's higher now. We're not playing on the last game's difficulty where we only had like 2 to 3 bullets.
Yeah, but now we're at 8 bullets.
Yeah, game gets hard.
The game's getting so hard. It had all this evidence, and now we need to sort it out.
My memories on the exact details of everything in the trials is not good.
Well, when they give you 20 steps to follow.
Right, I know who did it, and I know roughly how they did it, but I don't know the specific details of all of it.
But how did Sonya do this? Was the ultimate weapon really ultimate?
The building's on.
I mean, sure.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know why it would be a circular shaft, though. I think it'd be like 90 degrees. Just a bunch of right angles.
The tower we saw on our right side when we arrived at Grape House appeared on our left side when we were at Strawberry.
Well, yeah, this must be the most ridiculous-looking building.
So it has to move this way because the hallway has to switch sides respectively. Like it's gotta look like the tower path has to be to our right when we're in Grave House because.
Oh, I thought you were.
If we're to believe the towers are facing each other and not on top of each other, the two buildings are on top of each other and not, or if we're supposed to believe they're facing each other and not on top of each other, it would make sense that this hallway here on Grape House has to be to our right when we exit the elevator, and it has to be the opposite when we exit the elevator on the Pink House.
I thought you were gonna say it had to be like this because of the dimension difference between the two buildings.
No, it has to do with the position of the hallway to the tower.
Because one of them's a rectangle and one of them's a hexagon.
Well, a funhouse is an amusement park attraction, you know. And since the building doesn't really...
Does this really make for, like, a good attraction, though? Maybe if you filled it with, like, I don't know, scary things or clowns.
I'm inhuman, but I'm just a bear. So I was never human.
You were also never, like, a living thing because you're a robot.
So we're done with the secret of the funhouse, right? Then let's start talking about...
Yeah, let's get back to the murder. And also all the locked doors.
What's the ultimate weapon that kills
Also
Nekomaru?
that.
And how'd they combine it with the pillar?
Isn't that obvious? The ultimate weapon knocked over the pillar?
It's what I found at the Octagon, you know.
What is the Octagon? I haven't heard about that yet.
Oh my. I can't believe I have to explain that now. As long as you know what an Octagon means.
Is it like the basement level? Because honestly, I don't know what he's talking about. Really? It's 8-sided. This is the dumbest question ever. But hey, free HP, why not?
With 8 sides, right? I didn't expect you to
I
do
mean,
that.
I feel like part of it is put in there for some of these are put in there for the get HP back, like that.
Are we
Like,
a
there's no way-
substitute
unless you're a
student on
kid.
top of that?
Where is the place before
What did he say?
the name
What?
He called us a substitute reserve student.
We're a substitute in the sense that like we're substituting an ultimate. Like an
Oh,
ultimate
okay.
should be in our spot.
Isn't it? But is it on the screen?
Here.
HP back, yeah.
You're talking about the secret room surrounded by concrete in the depths of the final dead room.
Wait, how do we know it's 8-sided though?
Because it's called the
What is that
Octagon.
place, the Octagon?
Well,
Monokuma
yeah,
calls it the
but-
Octagon.
If it has to be an octagon.
Six-sided grape house? If you cut a four-sided shape out of a six-sided one, you get
Oh,
it becomes an eight-sided shape.
okay.
Basically the gist of it.
Huh.
The true identity of the Octagon is that secret room in the depths of the final dead room. In actuality, that place contained...
That was actually kind of clever.
Then the ultimate weapon was there too?
No, because it was already gone.
I learned the true identity of the ultimate weapon at the Octagon.
How?
The
Was
true
it in one of the
identity
books?
The ultimate weapon is the funhouse.
The building itself
Which
is
means
the
killer
is the
used
ultimate weapon.
building structure as their weapon and killed Nekomaru.
Oh, what?
Yep. Now we have to figure that shit out.
Like me, the killer probably realized the secret of the funhouse from the scenery. And then thought of a way to kill, making use of
This
the
is by
building's
far
structure.
one of the most creative ways to kill people, by the way.
I could see how, but I don't know. I can think of a way of how you could do it. I just don't know how you do it.
That's why the
If you
killer-
literally piece together a bunch of the shit we haven't talked about yet, you can actually figure it out.
We got all the rope that we've used. We got the chains, the broken doorknob.
Yeah, we have the broken doorknob, the chains, the wire, the pillar. Technically, we haven't really used yet.
truly
Did they tie up Nekomaru just to make sure that he didn't move for the pillar drop? But then how would he actually secure it in place on the floor? Unless he, like, tied him to something else. Because the only way that I can think of this work is that they somehow, like, tilted the elevator floor? Because you need to tilt the floor to make something fall over. Because the ceiling doesn't move. And if you did something more complicated than that, I think it would be too complicated to even manage.
Okay.
Well, at least you get your save point.
I do get a save point.
So now you can just throw all of your HP in the trash and start over.
Hello. I hope your day is well.
Actually,
Fine, well, Monami.
I don't know if that idea makes any sense, because I thought that maybe the missing doorknob would explain that maybe they made the floor catch on the doorknob to make it tilt over. But then I also thought maybe they could weigh one side of the elevator floor down, but I don't know how you would make that work.
Yeehaw! Ah, but be careful that your batteries don't run out.
Yeah, don't worry, I mean, there was that one time we stayed up...
PC, Monami. Don't worry, we're playing it on PC. We're fine, Monami.
Oh, they're
Outline
talking about
doesn't
the
really work.
Vita.
Yeah, she's saying don't let your Vita's battery run out, but we're not playing it on a Vita.
I never expected the funhouse itself.
That's kind of a jip, though, that the ultimate weapon is the building.
It's the structure of the building.
Is it really all right to accept
Well, yeah, but it's still the
situations so
building.
easily?
Hmm.
I mean, that's not what's
The
in
things in the
The
building.
concept in my mind is the whole concept of knowledge is power. Like, that's how it's the ultimate weapon, right? Because you know it's different from everybody else.
I don't know if I'd say there's, like...
Had everybody known the building structure from the start, it's not the ultimate weapon if everybody knows how the building is structured.
I mean, I don't know if I'd call that knowledge, per se. This seems like it's a victory by creativity.
That too.
I'm trying to think of, like, somehow this could be pieced together, but I think I need this... I think in order to, like, concretely figure it out, you need the smoking gun of how this fits together. Because I can come up with, like, things that might make sense.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right here, right now, that from my memory, there isn't anything missing.
No,
Like,
I don't
have all the
think
parts
so.
Now we just have to we have to connect all the parts now.
There is no such thing as murder for the sake of hope. Murder is simply murder. Forcibly sacrificing others for one's own desires. Even one as diabolical as I would avoid such actions.
I see.
I mean,
Fine. Let's
Gundam
see
didn't do this,
and
did
find
he?
out who killed Coach Nekomaru as fast as we can. Just so you know, it's not like I'm getting hungry or anything, you know.
Akane,
Akane, you were drooling waterfalls?
stop being a bunch of
Well, she's starving, too.
there. I mean, well, we got food, but we didn't get much food. I
Oh, yeah,
suppose.
we got, like, red bread.
Why don't we think about how
red
to
bean
use
bun. Yeah,
Okay, red beans.
I think. Well, it was a bun made out of red beans.
It might be better.
I
if we
think
figure
that's
out
what it
the
was.
cause of death first, don't you think?
Yeah, we should
Yeah,
probably
you
establish
would.
that first. It was his head falling off. He was beaten a lot, senselessly, and also his arm and leg fell off. He was... I don't know how he'd be crushed by the elevator because the frickin' pillars are still standing.
That's it. I think he might have died from falling.
Died from falling?
Actually, that might work.
Funhouse's secret is that it's a structure where both towers and houses are vertically connected.
Well, how would you make it happen?
Then the killer made use of
Now we have to figure out that.
Nekomaru to die from falling.
Because...
Are you saying they pushed him off? Where'd they push him off from?
That I don't know yet.
Wait, that wouldn't explain... I guess it might explain why he was tied up, though, because my idea was, like, they called the elevator down and then went up to the second floor and pushed him off.
No, because the door can't be open when it's moving. Like the structure, how it works mechanically, you can't have the door open.
The elevator is on the first floor.
They're about to get to that, but usually.
So somehow he was suspended up the tower shaft to fall down to the first shaft.
Yeah.
But how?
Exactly.
Also, how does the hammer fit into this? Is it a red herring?
But my gut is going crazy.
Pretty sure the hammer's just a red herring, yeah.
How
The
did...
trick here, the trick is he didn't shove him.
Yes. But I'm still stuck on how they managed to suspend him.
Okay.
Is it the button?
Well, so the button makes it so he's inactive.
When the elevator is on the first floor.
Okay, what's the contradictions?
you can't
It might be the good night button, but I have to wait for.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Okay, so it'd be impossible to shove.
After locking Nekomaru inside the elevator,
Yeah, okay, it's gonna be the good night
the
button.
elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor and made use of the drop.
Okay, so that's probably what happened.
Hold on. Did
No.
you forget the elevator has a sensor? As long as there's a moving object inside.
No, that's wrong.
So remember that the elevator has the sensor, and our hearts make it.
Yeah, it's like
so it can't.
It's super sensitive.
Yeah, he's literally the only one who can be in the elevator while it's moving but he has to be shut off.
His sleep mode?
Okay, so somehow, just in spite of him being the only one in the elevator, he had to have been cut down at some point.
If he's in sleep mode, the elevator sensor wouldn't have noticed him, right?
I see.
You're thinking good questions. I'll give you that much.
However, even if they
Well, we know how it happened. Now we need to do like the how of the how. You know, we have to work backwards from that.
Yep. We're putting the pieces together. So first we figured out he's asleep. That's how he's able to be in the elevator when it moves.
He was suspended from the ceiling somehow.
And now we're talking about how they dropped him.
Maybe the pillar falling jostled him enough that that's what caused it to break. But then that doesn't really make all that much sense, because to suspend something as heavy as Mechamaru would have to require strong rope.
If you arrange it a certain way,
How does the doorknob tell us? What does that
you
tell
cause
us?
the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is... The hammer is suspicious.
Yeah, this is an agree one, so we have to like.
About time we went over the
And it's the pillar.
What about the oil on the floor?
On the floor seems suspicious.
How about we all shut up and listen to what Chiaki has to say?
Could we shoot the doorknob at the doorknob?
Don't be so cold. What if I start to enjoy it?
Oh, now you're getting weird.
He was there 3 chapters ago.
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all.
Is it the pillar? No, because the pillar probably caused the fall.
That arrangement is... The hammer is suspicious.
I'm trying to think if we shoot the thing we need to agree with
Went over the pillar again.
with another part of the puzzle, or if we shoot it with the same thing that it is. That's the problem. Because I'm almost positive we have to shoot this, but the problem is I don't know if we shoot it with wire, or if we shoot it with... Or if we shoot it with,
Silence, pest.
The chain was to create a red
we
herring
don't
with the
have
fake
door
door.
handle. I don't see the door handle. We don't have the door handle.
We do have the broken doorknob.
Oh, yeah, we do, right there.
Yeah, it's right there. But I think it would be kind of ridiculous to shoot the doorknob at itself, because it's literally just us agreeing,
A certain way,
just agreeing to agree.
cause the drop within the elevator.
I don't know if that would actually, like, provide new information.
To think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is...
Because the chain was a red herring causing thing, so it doesn't have anything to do with how this
Isn't it
happened.
about time we went over
The
Right.
broken doorknob probably does, because it doesn't... It wasn't chained up, and there's no chains on the floor, and apparently the killer couldn't be in the elevator while it was... Why the fuck was that the answer?
I was right. It is wire with the door handle.
Wait, you shot it with wire?
I shot it with wire.
Oh, because I thought you shot it with a broken doorknob, and I was like, what the fuck?
No, I shot it with wire.
Might have been where it got scraped by the wire.
Did they tie it to the...
Is that the
Grape
same
House
wire
door?
that was tied around Nekomaru?
The tip of that wire was tied into a loop.
Yes.
If the elevator moved while that loop part hung from the doorknob,
If they did something like that, he would have been suspended in midair.
Did the doorknob break when he fell?
Suspended in midair.
And not when he was suspended?
Huh?
Or was that the point?
With the
To,
wire.
like,
What?
have something that was strong enough that he could get out of the elevator in time before it broke.
What do you mean?
Well, it seems like a long bet, but was he tied to the doorknob because the killer knew that the doorknob would eventually break, and that would give him enough time to set this all up before that happened?
I don't fully recall the details of how all the wires
no,
strung.
the doorknob is shaky enough that it would it would jostle when the pillar fell down. Because the doorknob's not a good hanging thing for a 1,000-pound robot guy.
Yeah,
but then how does that... Is the hammer not a red herring because it explains what beat in the fucking button hatch?
But it doesn't, no. The hammer is a red herring. Like, the red hammer is in the murder scene. The hammer interacts with nothing in the murder scene, so the hammer's just
yeah, but then who broke... Why did someone break the hatch on his goodnight button?
I mean, maybe it got damaged when he fell, like the rest of his body?
Well, that seems like a pretty big coincidence.
I
like,
mean...
everything else...
He fell on his... It's on the back of his neck, and he fell head first.
Yeah, which means that, you know, his head hit the ground first. He didn't fall on his neck. Well, I already drew a picture of it, though.
The killer took advantage of the elevator's unique...
I think that was the one time I actually fucking figured out one of these details before they showed it to me.
By doing that,
Which one?
The fact that he was looped to the doorknob.
Yeah.
Too easy.
How was he gonna argue his way out of this
play the
one?
sword game again, because this is the intro to the third game.
There's no way you can make him fall and die.
Can't you just hit him with the pillar sword now and get it over with? I mean, this would explain the pillar fragments at least, because I had, like, no idea how that happened.
Because if he's suspended in midair, he won't die if he doesn't actually fall.
Yeah, but it fell.
Yeah, but they're trying to figure out
Jostling,
how it
doorknob. Do you think they, like, somehow, like, unscrewed the doorknob from outside the door? Is it the pillar fragments?
Pretty sure it's the tipped over pillar.
Yeah, that would make more sense. Because that would explain how he fell down.
There's no one in the tower to push him off. There's no way they could...
Yeah, just hit him with that. He just said a contradiction.
Oh, there wasn't any orange.
Well, tell the game that it's broken. It wrote a contradiction, but didn't write it in yellow text.
Nekamaru fell on his own? Nekamaru should have still been in sleep mode, right? If he was sleeping, there's no way he could do that to himself. Now's the time.
Oh yeah, how did they cause the pillar to actually fall over? Because they would have had to sabotage the elevator somehow.
I ran out of... I'm not cutting things carefully enough, so we have to... I need to cut things better.
Even if they suspended Nekamaru from a... How would they make him fall?
We might actually be able to get the contradiction without figuring out how it actually fell over first. Because I think that's how this game works. You don't have to have the answer to the contradiction to reveal the contradiction.
What? Nekamaru should have still been in sleep mode, right? If he was sleeping, there's no way he could do that to himself.
Damn it. I'm trying to figure out when extra words come in while words are still on the screen, so that I can save cuts, because I ran out of cuts.
But yeah, you only got 5 cuts for the first round, which is pretty fucked up.
It doesn't mean someone had to push him off.
Well, the first round's easy, because they very quickly show up in the 3 lines, and I just go, okay, this way, this way.
And you only get 8 this time, which again is not enough.
If he was sleeping, there's no way he could do that to himself.
Ooh, yeah, that's not a lot of time.
You still won't be able to explain the drop.
See, there we go.
Yep.
Oh.
The elevator with Nekamaru inside.
They expect you to do that with 8 cuts? Jesus.
Yeah, so some of them...
How would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him off.
This isn't really this isn't what the point of this game should be.
I
like,
mean,
we should be focusing on the contradiction part.
Yeah, I really have to do both.
Well, can we cut the contradiction before the rest of it to kind of end the round?
Nekamaru should have still been in sleep mode, right? If he was sleeping, there's no way he could do that to... Now's the time if you want to tip, but in that case... You still won't be able to explain the drop. Moving the elevator with Nekamaru inside is just impossible. End of story.
There's something I'm not supposed to cut. Or something that I'm supposed to leave.
Can't you, like, intentionally take, like, 1 or 2 hits to
I don't need
make
to
it
cut
to the
these
end?
ones. I don't need to cut the ones with the orange.
Oh,
That's what
okay.
it is.
Now's the time if you want, but in that case... You still won't be able to explain the drop. Moving the elevator with Nekamaru inside is just impossible. End of story.
Oh, fuck. I hit the button too early. That's super fucking annoying.
Nekamaru fell on it. Nekomaru should have still been in sleep.
And now I wasted a cut.
Yeah.
If he was sleeping, there's no way.
Okay, so what's the contradiction?
I got annoyed because it was getting ready to do a mashing game.
Won't be able to explain the drop. Moving the elevator
Was
with
it?
Nekomaru inside
Yeah,
is just
if I don't have the line
impossible.
far enough to one side, it starts a mashing game. Like if I have it dead in the center, which I did, it starts a mashing game. The problem is I mashed like a second early, and so the sword swipe happened, and then it went, hey, you can't sword
Nekomaru
swipe.
on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right? If he was sleeping, there's no way he could do that to... Now's the time if you want to... But in that case, you still won't be able to explain the drop. Moving the elevator with Nekomaru inside is just impossible. End of story.
Yeah, this time I think I did it. Wait, hold on.
At least Hajime figured it out.
So it is one of those two sentences.
Nekomaru
Well, it has to
on
be.
his
Those are
own.
the only contradictions
Nekomaru
here.
should have still been in sleep mode, right? If he was
Oh, I know what
sleeping,
it
there's
is.
no way he could do that to
Which one is
himself.
it?
The alarm.
That would have woken up Nekomaru,
Make him fall.
And then he
but
would've
how would that
started
make the pillar
panicking.
fall over?
Push him off. There's no way they could do that.
I don't get it.
Hold on, I got it.
Doesn't
Don't
mean
worry.
Someone had to push him off.
I mean, you know
You don't
the
need
answer,
to-
I just
you
don't know
need to
why
know
it's
it
the
100
answer.
You don't need to know it 100%. You just need to know it enough.
What?
Well, yeah, to figure out the puzzle.
Should have still been in sleep mode.
Allow me to cut through those words.
So Nekomaru, by his own accord, didn't actually go to the elevator at 5
He
o'clock.
was suspended upside down
He was
in the air.
kidnapped and then he woke up at like 5 o'clock.
What
Or
did he say?
5:30 or whatever the fuck.
How would he even wake up?
No, the alarm in his chest was not set to 5:30.
What was it set to?
It was set to
2:30?
a different- 7:30.
Wait,
His clock is set to 7:30. Everybody else's clocks are set to 5:30.
is the alarm 2 hours late?
You'll have to figure out.
Well,
So-
I swear we already heard this before.
So here's a couple of things we know about the clocks. Let's just go through the clocks. This one had the alarm go off at 5:30.
Yes.
According to her
Monokuma?
account, or Akane's account. According to Akane's account, she heard the noise of the pillar falling at 5:30. According to the Grape Tower clock, and according to the clock timer,
That's when he.
it went off at
That's when it broke.
7:30.
Wait. The clock's arms are stopped at 7:30. Okay, apparently they establish it as a fact, so that's what it is.
Yeah.
Because
Now-
honestly, most clocks, when that happens, that's usually the moment when they break, not when they go off.
Well, I mean, how fast you fall? If the
I
alarm
mean, I
goes
don't
off
know.
and you fall, you
I-
probably hit the ground in less than a minute. So
I guess I would need to answer the question. I would need to actually know how strong the doorknob is, and how heavy the pillar was.
But yeah. So
Because the killer, I can't imagine the killer knew this. They were just betting on it. They were just betting on this working out, because if it didn't work out, he would just be suspended forever. Or until someone cut him down.
Which means the killer set the alarm before.
But I don't know how him waking up would cause the pillar to fall over.
And realized you were hanging upside down and had no clue why.
I mean, you would start panicking a little bit.
If something like that happened to you, you would start panicking a lot, right?
Oh,
Depends on the
the
person.
pillar didn't jostle him down, he did it to himself.
Yeah.
Nekomaru probably did exactly that.
Then how does the pillar fall into this?
Fall from the force he was generating.
Because if we're assuming that the fall killed him and knocked his head off, then why would the pillar need to have fallen on him?
Actuality, the scrape marks caused by the wire were near the
Just another red herring?
right?
what is what?
Is the pillar a red herring?
Didn't fall because the wire.
Yes and no.
He fell because the entire doorknob came off.
When Nekomaru awoke, he must have struggled much more than expected, which caused the doorknob to break off.
Wouldn't the killer have expected all of this to, or just like, I don't know.
The killer would have expected the loop to slide off the doorknob.
Oh,
not for the doorknob
okay.
to break.
Well, that's probably it. If they knew it'd leave behind...
I mean, it makes sense.
They would have at least tried to do something to cover it up.
Yeah, and because it broke, we were able to find the handle, and thus we were able to find evidence about the handle.
Or the killer didn't come back to clean up their mess, or they just didn't have the time to. Because the killer wasn't, like, fucking around with this one. They kind of just left everything as is. Or he came back to knock over the pillar as a red herring, and then just that was it.
You're overthinking the pillar right now. It's a lot more simple than you're thinking.
It's because he didn't die and they needed the pillar to finish him off? It's kind of a simpler way of thinking about it.
I mean, it's even simpler than that. Like, I don't want to spell it out for you, but it's simpler than that.
The game's like 3 steps away from doing that itself.
True. We will eventually get to
Nekomaru
exactly
didn't
how
leave
the
us
pillar.
a clue. He's a ding-dong. What clue would he even need to leave us at this point?
I mean, he left us the clue by accident.
It appears it's just as Miss Sonia said. I'm just a pest. No, I'm not just a pest.
Oh my god.
At least he realized it.
Isn't that right, Miss Sonia?
Yeah, but now he's acting.
Ah, no, he's doing the wrong thing.
Now he's doing the masochist thing.
Now he's doing the wrong thing.
Why aren't you teasing me anymore?
Because fuck you.
He gets off on this.
I mean, he gets off on it when he decided to do so 40 seconds ago.
Right, and so Sonia immediately stopped treating him that way and treated him the opposite. Because she is sick of his simping.
So, how did Sonia do this? And
did
why?
Did you just hear what Nagito said, or did you miss it?
No, I completely whiffed that.
Okay, so thanks to the alarm, Nekomanda ended up falling while he was still hanging, but that doesn't mean he just crashed straight into the floor.
Oh my god, seriously? Are you kidding me? How the fuck did the killer plan the hat?
Doesn't necessarily
he ran
plan
into
that.
the pillar with his face. Which is silly.
I will argue that the killer didn't necessarily plan that, because hitting the floor would also probably have killed him. So it doesn't matter if he hit the floor or if he hit the pillar. It's still hitting a hard object.
It was an incidental thing. It could have been anything.
Right. Whether he hits the floor or hits the pillar doesn't matter.
By technicality, gravity was the weapon.
It's not even clear if the killer
Right.
intended that.
How? Well, Nagito was right.
At this point, it is quite difficult to find a clue that will lead to the killer.
It's also true. We're nowhere close. We figured out the murder stuff.
Oh yeah,
But we
she was
haven't-
right.
we
So
haven't
it
figured
had to
out-
be somebody who sussed out the clocks, because then they set it up. They set it up on time.
Stop calling me baby gangsta.
What'd you just say? Did you say the alarm was set for 7:30?
Do we have any proof that the
You didn't check it
clocks are
yourself?
wrong?
Nekomaru's alarm was set for
How do we
7:30.
prove which clocks are wrong?
That's impossible.
Well,
Because even though I
Nekomaru's clock is the radio clock, and
Oh,
the
yeah,
other two
that's-
are just wall clocks.
That's the proof. There it is.
I'm just gonna say that because you don't have a bullet. That's that.
We don't have a Nekomaru feature bullet?
Yeah.
And if we found Nekomaru's
I actually think it. No, I don't think it is. You know, at the end of the rhythm game where you have to spell something out, it might be the radio clock there, but I don't think so.
Well, I guess we'll figure it out in 30 seconds. When everyone shuts up.
We have a bit to go still, because
Yeah, because we need to
all the details except for the clocks and who the killer is.
we need to suss out the killer and how it's Sonia. Sonia, you were looking worried a second there. It's totally you.
All right.
Okay, so we have to argue something.
There's the radio
is
clock
it
as a bullet clue. We do
Oh,
have the radio clock as a
okay.
bullet clue. So.
Well, there you go. There's your answer. Probably.
tower before 7 a.m.
Seriously, she's still looking worried.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m.
That's correct.
It is true.
Nekomaru died because of that alarm, right?
Yeah, but that doesn't have anything to do with it being wrong.
One of those must be an illusion.
Yeah, one of those must be illusion.
Probably did some tampering.
Let's just shoot everything with radio
Probably
clock.
messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Gotta be it.
You missed it.
Oh yeah, since he said the one in his chest. Fuck! I was like, yeah, he did mess with the clock, so that's not a contradiction. But it's like, yeah, he didn't mess.
Wait, the killer messed with the clocks? I thought the clocks were
Well, yeah.
always wrong.
For 7:30 a.m. Nekomaru died because of that alarm.
Why would they
No,
mess with
because-
the clocks? Because they didn't know about Nekomaru?
Well,
One of those
They-
must be an illusion.
so because we did go to Monokuma Tai Chi correctly the first day. We didn't go to the
The clock inside Nekomaru's chest.
No, that's wrong.
It's powered with nuclear fission.
it's powered by radio waves. I don't remember how radio clocks work, but like literally, if you move a radio clock to a different time zone, it adjusts itself.
So you're saying there's no way the killer could have tampered with the
I mean, they could have smashed it, but it's not smashed.
Maybe the clock
Well,
is Sonia's.
But if they smashed it, the alarm couldn't have gone off, Jeff.
Yeah, and that would have...
The clock inside
I don't know, it's like... It probably still could have worked because Mechamaru is probably 1,000 pounds of heaviness.
I mean, eventually, but you can't guarantee. You can't guarantee it won't happen by the time we get to.
Because of that.
No, you can't guarantee
Tai Chi in the
that.
morning. You can't guarantee he would fall before Tai Chi in the morning.
If there's
Yep.
no possibility that the time was tampered with, then we must doubt that human's testimony.
Wait, who testified that?
We are not lying.
Well, Sonya.
Maybe it's a misunderstanding.
Well, who's saying it then?
Understand. I'll crush you into
Is it Sonya or Gundam? Is it both of them somehow? It can't be both of them, that's impossible. Are we gonna get to Hangman now?
No, I think we're doing the driving game. Oh, we are doing Hangman. Okay. No, Logic Drive. This is the driving game. Okay.
Cool. We get one last shot on the skateboard. That's not gonna make you go faster.
Okay, first question time.
Okay, what is it? What did
Okay,
Hajime...
Hajime and the others misunderstand.
The time in the building.
Oh shit, yeah. I did the wrong one.
Because all of our clocks are broken.
Is indeed the time of the building. It'd be really cool if you could jump to the correct one if you're on the wrong one. But
I'm
you
actually kind
definitely
of surprised you can't.
can't. I mean, we could try. I suppose I've never. God, it's way over here. That.
Well, you got enough time.
Okay, there we go.
At least the game gave you the answer after the fail.
Yeah, if you. Well, I mean, I knew what the correct answer was. The problem is I moved in the wrong direction. Because like all of them were kind of overlapping. Like all the words were overlapping.
Eh,
You're
it's
right.
not-
We can make sideways jumps. That might be able to be enough.
I
Does
mean,
that
we
have
can
to
make
be right?
sideways jumps. I
Ow.
just don't know if you have that much distance.
Right.
Okay, next.
Question 2.
I mean, it's the building's
Which
clocks.
clocks are being tampered with?
It's the red
building
answer.
Clocks. Yeah, the building clocks.
Because we just established that yellow is wrong.
The radio clock is impossible to mess with.
Unless you want to break it with that hammer. And then that kind of ruins your plan. Unless you got a backup alarm
Alright,
in your
here's the third
pants.
question now.
Oh, move
Over.
over.
Never mind, it's not quite there yet.
This is getting a bit vicious.
Alright. Okay, here's the third question. Okay, which house had the wrong time?
Grape House? Oh, no, both would probably make more sense.
Both had the 5:30.
Yeah, I didn't remember if both of them had it or not. Because I thought it might have been Grape, because I don't know, I still
Akane
think that
ran
someone
out
in
at
Grape
5:30
House
when
did
she
it.
heard the pillar sound,
You said you checked all the
and it was
boxes.
5:30. Meanwhile, the boys on the other side were dealing with the fucking alarm going off at 5:30
Yeah, none of the clocks had the wrong time.
and heard the pillar.
But they
fall.
all had the wrong time, which makes this a clever turnaround.
What? All
You
the
can't
clocks-
say that none of them are wrong if they're all wrong,
There's no way you'd have noticed it.
because of logic.
I see. So the killer messed
Isn't
with
this something that Nagito should have known?
changing all the clocks.
Or is he just being like himself and,
So that's what it
I don't know, saying the obvious because he kind of has to?
I mean, he potentially. I don't think he did the I don't think he did the investigating alongside the clocks. Like, I don't think he was around for when people investigated around the clock. Because he spent his time during the investigation playing the murder game and then learning stuff about that.
Yeah, he was too busy shooting himself in the head.
It's true.
Would the final death game have even known if
Alright,
he...
here's another easy get your life back one. How much time was off?
Huh?
He just said something about having to figure out how much time was off. Oh, but apparently we're
Yeah, it's 2
not
hours.
doing that? It's 2 hours.
Is it
But yeah,
Fuyuhiko's account? Was that
what is
time-based?
Fuyuhiko's- What is Fuyuhiko's account? Is his about the...
Do we have... Okay, we have access to our knowledge.
Yeah, so Akane's is that she ran out at 5:30 because she heard the sound. Fuyuhiko's was...
No, he just saw Nekomaru at 5
He saw
a.m.
Nekomaru go down at 5.
Wait, so
According
he...
to his clock, so he saw him go down to what is actually 7.
Okay, so someone managed to attract Nekomaru to get kidnapped? Because he said that he walked down there. He wasn't dragged down there.
Then we can only rely on the...
Right. So what happens at 7? Why would he go down there at 7?
Oh, they didn't know that Tai Chi
Everybody
was
else
there.
thinks it's 5. Nekomaru knows it's 7 because his clock says 7.
Which means the killer knew that, or
Yeah, so
bet
the
on
killer
it.
knew that his clock would say
time
7.
of death was clearly 7:30 a.m.
That is true.
The problem is, what time would 7:30 be? In
5:30.
our time.
This is
Are
Akane's,
there any
probably.
clues that can be used to narrow that
Because
down?
Akane heard the pillar fall at
I thought I
5:30.
heard the sound when he fell.
I agree.
Well,
Akane heard the sound when he fell, because she heard the pillar.
yeah, you spotted that before I even figured out the sentence.
We should have heard the sound he made when he fell. Wasn't it that rumbling noise?
Would it even sounded like a... I mean, I guess it would have when the pillar fell down.
And the sound of the pillar falling down is the rumbling.
Because, like, at that point, wouldn't it have made a noise of just something crashing into a rock?
Fourth floor to the first.
I mean,
Pillar fell with
but it fell into a rock, and then the rock fell as well, so you get a bunch of sounds.
We heard that noise too.
Yeah, they heard it on both sides.
Yeah, it's almost like it was a large... I mean, it was a 3-story drop. Assumedly.
What is it, Sonia?
No, 6 floors.
Oh, well.
Wait,
Was it?
no, 4?
Sound
Wait,
anyone heard?
hold on.
No, it
it'd be
would
4.
have been 3 stories because the fake
Yeah.
door is on the 4th floor.
Yeah, so the fake door's on the 4th floor, and then he would have dropped to the bottom floor. So yeah, it was 3 floors.
Sonia's being suspicious. Get her! Was she a Tai Chi somehow?
Oh, I was awake the whole night.
No,
with
she
hunger
wasn't a Tai Chi, unless she's the killer, because the killer...
Well, that's
you
just
know what
making you
time
look
it
incredibly suspicious.
What is that rumbling noise anyway?
Oh yeah, I was just awake the whole night.
Rumbling sound is a reference. We might
Seriously?
be able to figure out how much our time was off.
That means Sonia didn't do it because that's way too much of a red herring.
Probably around 5.
But then why did Gundam do it?
Huh? You can tell?
I instantly woke up and left my room. And that's when I saw the clock in the lounge.
At least we're believing that's what she did.
Excellent work, Akane.
Okay, so what's the question?
How much our time
2
was off.
hours.
I see.
It's just I didn't think I was gonna have to do a bullet before picking that.
Tomorrow's alarm went off at 7:30. And if we heard the sound,
We can do math by subtracting 2.
that means our time was off by 2 hours.
2 hours? That much?
I mean, it kind of doesn't matter when you're trapped in a
You
building.
would have noticed.
Plus, the funhouse has no windows, and there weren't any Monokuma announcements either.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
However, for what reason did the killer alter our perception of time?
The Tai Chi
It was
thing?
obvious, so they could lure out
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, because Nekomaru would have gone down at 7. Everybody else wouldn't have gone down because they thought it was 5:30.
Used a specific thing.
Huh.
Definitely get Nekomaru to the tower alone, right? From there, the killer's plan was a splendid success. That's all it means.
I will also note, though, that presumably Monokuma witnessed this murder, then.
Doesn't he witness everything?
I mean, yeah, he witnesses everything, but like, I mean, this time he was physically in person.
Okay.
I see.
No, I didn't even get to see the question.
Oh, one was massage time. One
Oh,
was
the Tai
something
Chi.
else. The only one that was an actual thing was the Monokuma Tai Chi.
How did they use it?
Well, he was required to be there. Yeah, literally. Danganronpa is very good at that.
But if they mess with all the clocks inside
Predicting what I specifically will say.
Yep, it does it a lot.
I swear that's like the 5th or the 6th time.
Today, just today, the 5th or 6th time today.
That's right. In doing so,
And that proves that Nagito did the crime because he knows all the details.
I mean, Nagito was the only one not in the room at the 7:30 alarm going off.
Nagito's gonna be one of the survivors, isn't he?
if I recall,
We're gonna have to deal with this dingus forever.
around 5 a.m. And if that's
Well, Nekomaru couldn't have done it. Look, he's standing right there.
7 a.m.
Oh wait, that's Fuyuhiko.
Pretty much it. At that time,
Yeah, this is Fuyuhiko's account of witnessing him going down at 5, which is actually 7.
He couldn't have planned this all out in a half hour.
Think about it. I realize what Monokuma meant when he
Right.
said those words.
He also wouldn't tell people he saw him if it was him, so it's probably not Fuyuhiko.
He didn't even ask you yet.
We're running out of suspects, so I have a better chance of being right. I thought Mono Bear said he was gonna destroy everyone who didn't show up on time.
When you said everyone,
He did, but then he went back on his word because he decided, well, murder happened, so it's fine.
on time. But in truth,
In other words, because he knew it was part of the murder, he let it slide.
Ah, jeez. That's, well, how should I put it? What was it? You know, tripping over a foot or something like that.
What's he on about?
Talking about tripping over someone else's fault?
Too bad.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense either.
I'm right.
That was that.
It's incorrect.
I missed what was said before, though.
Definitely the correct answer. You always get so
Do we really need to worry about the specific idiom at this point?
now that we found out how
Now we have to figure out who the killer is based on this
the
line.
number of suspects has drastically decreased.
Which means that McCon did it.
Hey, why would that decrease the number of suspects?
Well, because we've added all these details, they can't apply to everybody.
You'll know I'm not lying when you listen to what Fuyuhiko's going to say next.
How do you know what he's gonna say?
Huh? What the hell do you mean?
Well, because he's gonna tell Fuyuhiko to tell his account of the alarm or something.
But how does that prove who the killer is?
Maru's going toward the tower. Did something else happen after that?
There was a ding-dong noise.
Are you talking about that alarm?
The 5:30 alarm?
Alarm?
A little while after I witnessed Nekomaru, the clock in the Strawberry House lounge started going off.
Why would the alarm ring at 5:30? Because it was set to 5:30.
Yeah, I don't know. Why, what did it go off at 5:30?
If Nekomaru died when the rumble happened, then whoever doesn't have an alibi at the time is the prime suspect.
Which is you, Fuyuhiko.
Was there anyone who didn't have an alibi at that time?
Do we have alibis, or was everyone just, like, separated from each other?
So, literally at 5:30, the only people with an alibi at 5:30...
Are the
is
people who
the
were locked in
boys.
Strawberry House?
It's not all of the boys either, just 3 of them.
Well, yeah,
It's
but we don't
Kazuichi,
count.
Fuyuhiko, no, we weren't there. We're not in Strawberry House, we're in Grape House. It was Kazuichi, the
Yeah,
3
but we
people
don't
that were
count
there.
as a suspect. We're the protagonist.
Fine, okay, there's 4 then.
Bolted from my room. But there was
Is it Nagito? Does Nagito have an alibi? Was he sleeping?
same floor. It's pretty weird that bastard never came out of his guest room.
But you were locked in Strawberry House. How could it be your roommate? Or is he talking about Nekomaru?
Oh, he's talking about Nagito. Nagito didn't show up.
Is it Sonya?
you're the only one. The one who wasn't there. It's you, right, Nagito?
That's right. Nagito wasn't there. Me, Gundam, and Fuyuhiko.
Oh yeah, this picture from earlier.
You didn't come out, even though the alarm was going off like crazy.
Yeah, but that doesn't prove anything.
You weren't
It's just
here,
kind of
were
weird.
you?
If that's the case, where were you?
I was sleeping. Or, I don't know, being awoken.
Please, say something.
If you don't hurry up and answer, I'm gonna suicide dive you.
What?
If I may,
I think it's a wrestling move.
even if I wanted to go to the lounge, I could.
I locked myself in my own room.
What do you mean?
Enfeebled.
Merely the foolish talk of
You
Potentially enfeebled from lack of food.
And his luck powers would mean that we're all gonna die, because he's gonna get off of this scot-free.
You're definitely fucking lying.
Which, well, it can't be Kaz, because he has an alibi.
It is also true for me.
Unfortunately.
It is obvious that I did not hear the alarm in Strawberry House. But I did not hear the rumbling sound either. Is that not strange? And
How could she not hear the rumbling sound?
Oh, I figured it out.
To be honest, it's not just them.
I haven't. I don't... If you were in the building, you should have heard
I was
it.
in a pretty deep sleep, so I thought that's why I couldn't hear it, but... It wasn't that. I probably couldn't hear it at all.
What?
Couldn't hear it. What does that mean?
Were they in, like, the nice rooms, and that's why
Yeah,
they couldn't...
Those characters are the characters in the super nice rooms.
The three of us who didn't hear a sound have in common, and I'm sure you'll figure it out.
These are all the people in the super nice rooms.
Okay, so it wasn't Nagito's luck powers. It was the building.
The people who had the super nice rooms are as follows: Sonya, Chiaki, Nagito, and Fuyuhiko. But Fuyuhiko wasn't sleeping. He was sitting out in the alarm when the alarm went off. The other three were in their rooms. All right.
Well,
What
you
is the-
you
what
pointed
is
it
the
out
word?
already.
Yeah, but we gotta figure out what the word is.
Is the last word sweet?
What's the first word? Ah, fuck.
If you click tab, will we get a hint?
What do they have in common?
Deluxe rooms.
Oh yeah, you're right. It
Try
is
deluxe first.
It is deluxe. You were 100% correct there. I'm gonna need that in a second. Where's my E? There's my
There
E.
it is. You need
D-
the... Oh, you do have the L.
Lux. Oh my god, shit's going everywhere. Where's my E? I don't have an E.
You don't have
Where's
one.
an E?
Well, now you have one.
Okay,
Try
now I need an R.
Try R.
No, it's not rooms plural. Okay.
Yeah, well, which is why
It is
try
one of my
R.
O's. Yeah, but I need an R first.
Well, you got you got an E that you should get rid of.
All right, where's my M?
Roar. Roar. Rooks. So, Fuyuhiko, by his alibi, implicated himself of his own crime. Because he forgot how his room worked.
I got it.
How does that make sense, considering how convoluted this crime was?
Why are you thinking it's Fuyuhiko?
The three of you were staying in deluxe room.
Because maybe he
We're just explaining why these three people didn't hear it.
Car.
Well, yeah, but if
Everybody else who
Fuyuhiko...
heard it.
If Fuyuhiko was in a deluxe room, then why wouldn't he have heard the alarm or the pillar?
Because he wasn't in his room. He was sitting in the lounge because he couldn't sleep.
Oh, I forgot that.
And then he witnessed Nekomaru go down at 5, stayed there in the lounge, and then at 5:30 the thing went off. The other two boys came running.
So then who does that leave without an alibi, if that accounts for all 4 rooms?
Technically Akane and I.
Oh, come on, Akane didn't do it. That'd be silly.
Well, we also have to wonder why the fucking alarm went off in the first place. Like, why? Why did that alarm go off?
I could not hear the rumbling noise.
I don't know why the killer would do it, because it seems to just hurt them. I don't know if they need to... what they need to set it up for.
Nice catch.
How does the alarm hurt them?
You're using your ultimate reserve course.
I thought of a reason a while ago, I just can't think of it.
You guys must understand by now, right? The true identity of Nekomaru's killer.
Kind of.
Hold on a sec. Why does that lead to who the
Well, because it'll ring at 5:30, and they're trying to make it pretend to be 7:30.
That just now is a very important clue.
No, it's actually 7:30. They're pretending it's 5:30.
Yes. So if
And they're
they make
pretending
the
it's
clocks,
5:30 to prevent everybody else from going downstairs.
yeah, but what would preventing everyone going downstairs do?
It lured Nekomaru there by himself.
Yes, but that already did it by the 7 o'clock thing. So why would they need the alarm to go off 30 minutes after that?
Right, but that has nothing to do with the luring or the clocks necessarily being different.
So
The
then
clocks
why are
were
those?
different because to lure near Nekomaru by himself. That's why the clocks were different. But
Yeah, that's why the
was
clocks
an
were
alarm
different,
set
but
to
why was
go-
the alarm
Why was
set?
an alarm set off to go at 7:30, 5:30 on the clock, but 7:30 in reality? Why did the alarm go off?
It makes no sense for the alarm to go off at 5:30 without a different reason, because the clock is still set for 5:30. It's not set for 7:30. Did Nagito do it? I still say Sonya did it.
You're the only one.
Wait, Gundam is?
Gundam, there's something I want to ask you.
Why 5:30?
Strawberry House Lounge. You rushed over there too, right?
Oh, Gundam had the fancy room. I was misremembering who had the fancy room.
What's wrong with that?
Gundam had the other fancy room.
Uh-huh. You fed me false information.
I did feed you false information. That's why it's specifically Gundam in this case. Because what happens is we lure it. That would narrow it down to 3 people. My method of thinking lures it down to 3 people, where I had that detail incorrect. But when you have Gundam should have not been able to hear it, then you go, why is Gundam there?
What?
I mean, you were also staying in a deluxe room, right?
I probably should have written
I
down
was
the
staying in a
room.
deluxe room in the same house.
I probably should have realized that before, considering how different all the rooms were. That it wasn't just a silly thing.
Why were you able to hear that alarm?
Because nothing in this game is just a silly detail.
Now that
True.
you mention it,
Gundam?
Gundam must have really worked hard to make this work, considering he broke every entrance to his own building to it.
That's why, even though you were staying in a deluxe room, you still went
I'm still
to the
surprised that someone in Grape House didn't do it, just because they would have had an easier time making it work.
Gundam. You
Gundam had to pull, like, comparatively way more effort to pull this all together.
Yeah, but it gives him a really good alibi. I couldn't get over there. The doors were busted. The alarm was going off, and I was there. Right? There's all these details.
Well, that's why I was going with the more obvious choice, because it seems like this game is leaning more into the obvious things. It clearly had to be one of the girls, because they put in way too much effort to block off the boys' side.
If you were in the lounge,
You fell for that red herring.
killer who had
I don't know if that's specifically a red herring.
go back.
Fine, but you fell for that trap. The trap is to make you think of that it must be a girl because the guys can't get over there. But in reality, the killer came back and broke it.
Sonya's gonna be one of the survivors, isn't she? Just to prove me super duper wrong.
and tying him up.
Because this is the second time I've tried to get her off the stage.
The killer needed to be waiting for Nekomaru at the tower.
There's the Mekon thing, and now there's this.
Which means when Fuyuhiko
Which means that Sonya is just too suspicious.
already at the tower.
She's so airheaded that she's hiding her murderous intent
Tried to go back.
to kill Kazuichi.
Pico was at the lounge.
Because he's an annoying asshole.
Original plan. The killer
Okay,
returned to the
so
lounge,
it's not that
alarm in the
Gundam is stupid. It's not that Gundam's stupid and went to check on the alarm. To
Well,
cause
what was he
himself
trying
an
to do?
alibi.
Well, what was he
Um,
trying to do?
Well, so what happened was he couldn't go back to his room because Fuyuhiko's in the lounge. So he can't walk past the lounge to go back to his room. Because if he walks past the lounge, he walks past Fuyuhiko, who will see him.
So he had to blow open his alibi because either way he was fucked.
He had to.
And they were supposed to stay in their room.
He had to. He had to. Yeah, he had to go. There's details that are important that I can't bring up yet about
Well, there has to be enough details here to tell me why Gundam blew open his own alibi.
Right. So he couldn't walk past the guy like that hallway without being spotted. So he had to create a reason. He had to create a reason to be there.
But his reason didn't make sense.
His reason is the alarm's going off. What the fuck's that noise?
Yeah,
he failed to realize his room was soundproof. It wasn't until everybody else said who was in a rich room said they couldn't hear it that we found out that their rooms were soundproof.
Because Mono Bear only told us what the features of the room were.
After all,
They didn't tell it to everybody else.
sleeping in their room, it gives the killer a stronger alibi. Unfortunately, they failed to secure that alibi. Because I was in the lounge. So
Well, it's easier when you put a diagram on it.
and ended up hearing the lounge's alarm.
I'm guessing all the doors are locked, which is why he didn't just go into somebody else's room. Or they were... I mean, everyone in a shittier room would have come out.
Yeah, but he would have been in the hallway by then.
Yeah, but there's that empty... Unless that that empty room can't be his room, because then that doesn't make any sense. So it has to be somebody else's room that's empty.
Gundam tried to hide, and if those
That
two
empty
people
room
had
before
separated,
the
he would've been
lounge,
found out.
considering how this diagram was written.
If Gundam went to hide and those two went to his room to check on him, he would have been found out.
Yeah, because then his alibi would also not make any sense for why he's not coming out.
So he needs to be someplace that makes sense to people. And going to go, hey, what the fuck's that sound, makes sense.
That
Well,
was
what
the
about
reason
going
he
downstairs?
That's why he couldn't just stay hidden.
So then he's just closer to the murder that is happening, or happened.
Those two had just checked the deluxe
He
room
could go to the final death game and die in there.
How ironic. The moment Fuyuhiko set foot in the lounge, your plan was doomed.
Gundam? Please, can you at least say something?
Is this really the end of Gundam?
Answer me this.
Because if it is, it doesn't seem like he did all that much.
How many ears do we possess?
He was just standing back and being mysterious the entire time.
10. That's right. I possess 10 ears. That means I have...
Is he trying to, like, get his alibi back through his hamsters?
The soundproof system here may as well not exist.
He's coming up with a bullshit excuse of why the soundproof thing
I mean, it's not
doesn't
that
exist for him.
bullshit. That might actually be true.
What? How? Okay, he claims he has 5 sets of ears, thus his hearing is 10 times or 5 times more powerful because he has 5 sets of ears.
I guess
That
you
doesn't
are
work.
right.
They
Why-
don't multiply his ears because the animals have ears.
Well, I guess
Each
you're...
animal has the same level of hearing as the next one, so no one has more hearing. I mean, the animals probably have more hearing than a human, but...
Yeah, the hamster... He wouldn't go out of his room because his hamsters heard things.
You understand the situation you're in right now?
What do you mean him? Isn't it you guys? Like, you're all fucked if he gets off with this.
Right, but they got it on him, so...
Well, he's our best guess.
That's right. That's
Uh,
all it was. The world is
No one else is more implicated than him right
Are you
now.
saying it was just a coincidence? Isn't that timing a little too perfect?
Now he backpedaled, now he's saying he went to the bathroom, and that's when the alarm went off.
It seems it was actually horrible timing on my part.
I mean, that's just true.
You're still holding out.
He's always been holding out. He's never been truthful
Trying to
100%.
decide who the killer is with the majority vote anyway. So, why don't we just go ahead and start voting? It's obvious that Gundam is the killer.
Hold on a sec.
You know, Hajime. This
But why do we need to wait?
This killing, it's merely the opening act.
Is he,
So...
is he talking like big picture?
What do you mean the class trial is just the opening act?
Perhaps I should say it's just a
Well, we already knew that.
boring farce. So boring.
Why is it... Well, how could it be boring and stressful at the same time?
that I might develop
boring things can be stressful.
Seriously.
Can it?
Let's just hurry up and finish this before
All
it
right,
collapses
my
before
job,
you know.
my work is really mundane and really just it's time consuming, but it's at the end of the day it doesn't take much thought. But if let's say I needed to do a shit ton of my work in a small time period, it'd be stressful. My job isn't exciting in any way, shape, or form. It's still boring. So my boring job can be stressful if I have a lot to do in a small amount of time. Doing math homework is boring, but if you have to do it in 10 minutes and it's, you know, a shit ton of stuff to get done in 10 minutes, it's still boring. It's just now boring and stressful.
Ugh.
That's my thought, at least, of how something can be boring and stressful.
At some point during
He was really affected when he realized he looked exactly like this other 12-year-old kid who wore this. Well, he didn't wear this jacket. I mean, this jacket's covered in nonsense.
Well,
It's covered in
let's just
blocks.
leave that fun for later. And finish this opening act already.
Is the prelude to the madness of the apocalypse.
Please hold on. We have yet to hear Gundam's rebuttal.
Do we need to?
I
Is he going to is he gonna resist it?
Gundam!
He doesn't seem like the type to make a big deal out of shit.
Simply at a loss for words after being dumbfounded by your pathetic assumption. In fact, I shall deny the very basis.
Well, that answers that question.
Wrong since the beginning.
Alright, I think this is the rhythm game now.
The beginning?
Based on your assumption, I hung Nekomaru from the 4th floor of the tower and made the floor descend to the 1st floor.
Oh, we're getting to the manga because he's just writing it for us.
After returning to Strawberry House, I was present when the alarm at the lounge went off, correct? Although going to and fro is busy enough as it is, how would I be able to travel between both houses anyway?
I see. The contact elevator was broken.
As I recall, the killer tampered with the Grape House control.
Is Nagito's sudden appearance the only bullet we have left?
Yeah, it's one of them. As I recall, the Gray House panel was the one tampered with. So the elevator was broken. Yeah, the elevator was broken on Grape House, not Strawberry House.
The human who used the elevator would have left it at Grape House. For these reasons, it's an indisputable fact that the killer destroyed the elevator at Grape House.
And what's wrong with that?
If the elevator was broken at Grape House, you wouldn't be able to return to Strawberry House.
And you can't return to Strawberry House because you need to call the elevator from outside the elevator. Because there's no buttons in the tower.
Your assumption is clearly wrong.
Are you serious?
Well, that's a different elevator.
It's already been decided.
They're talking about
Yeah,
the
they're
elevator
talking about the
that-
contact elevator, but I was thinking of like an alternate way he could have made it back.
Oh, well, that one has the sensor, so he can't be in there with the
And
doors
that
closed.
too. The thing that was already established. That should be Nyx's like life motto. Let's put it on his CV. Oh shit, we don't have the Nagito bullet.
That elevator was the only means of travel between the two houses.
I mean, if it's an elevator, can't you like get out of the elevator and I don't know, somehow
Yeah,
work down the hatch?
I just saw the thing. The elevator's the only way to travel between the two houses, which it's not.
Broken at Grape House.
I mean, it's not, but do we have bullets that'll prove that?
Cannot return to Strawberry House.
We might have to pick one up.
Since I was
Oh, okay, that's what you're talking about.
There's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It would have been different if they had an accomplice.
Which is... Oh, can we pick up that as a bullet?
No, I can't.
Secret
Okay.
passageway.
There we go. There it is.
Secret passageway.
How much longer?
Is that seriously what we were going with? Because that sounds
Well,
like
there it is.
that sounds
That's
like the
how-
most
that's how
made-up
Nagito-
contradiction ever.
That's how Nagito jumped through. Remember, he used the secret passageway.
Well, yeah, but we need the Nagito account. Like, just saying secret
mean-
passageway is ridiculous.
Both are true.
To travel between the two houses.
Hit that.
Wrong one. Okay, there we go. I hit the wrong button to shoot. I hit the silencer button and not the shoot button.
I don't think you can silence a contradiction. You kind of need them.
Yeah, if I silence or shoot the contradictions, it's minus 15 seconds. If I silence the purple stuff, I get time.
Yeah, because Nagito was the only dingus who managed to find it. Except for Gundam, who clearly used it.
Wait, what did he... Fuck.
Just say Nagito, probably.
I'm pretty sure it's Nagito, because it's...
Nobody else knows about it.
Because it's, yeah, I mean, I missed what exactly the question was, so I was like, I don't know.
You should know.
Fess up.
What do you
Is the death game connected between the two houses for some reason?
So suddenly that one time because you
No, but there's a hatch.
Oh,
So there's...
oh yeah, there was a
there's
hatch, wasn't there?
There's a hatch in the... So you essentially go from the death room, you can get into Grape House, and then from Grape House you can get into the death room, and then back to Strawberry that way.
So did Gundam need to play the final death game multiple times, or did he do this all in one shot?
You just do it once.
Because it seems like he would have had to plan out the murder before he even went to the final death game at that point.
But you're right. There's a door on the floor of the octagon.
I'm pretty sure he just gets to go through again because he already won it. I mean, besides, it's the same game, presumably. I guess he has to risk shooting himself in the head, but that's only if he wants more rewards. Like, he already got the rewards, so he shouldn't have to shoot himself in the head, like, shoot himself.
Surprise, surprise! I ended up in the Monokuma archive. which
And
is
we
a
couldn't tell that because the ceiling is made of darkness.
Meaning the third floor and the fourth floor are actually connected.
Plus, once you
It's just another reward for doing the death game.
pass through it as many
There you
times
go.
as
There's the
want.
answer to your question, Jeff.
Sure, why not?
Monokuma must have said it.
Monokuma says a lot of things.
He does say a lot of things. You're correct. There's...
Infinity unlimited flame!
Unlimited flame, huh? We're battling him now. How many contradictions is he just gonna pull out of his scarf?
That is merely an illusion you have If you value your life, you should stop.
There's no way I can stop.
Anyway, this is an easy one because he's claiming what if they didn't know about the dead room? It's like, okay, but if you didn't know about the dead room, you couldn't kill him by dropping him because you wouldn't know the building is vertical.
Yeah, because all the other clues.
So what are my bullets? It's gonna be one of these.
I don't know what it is. These are pretty bad options. Wire? Try wire, because didn't he have to get the wire from the thing?
Out of all these, is probably, yeah, wire's the only thing on this list that he needs to get from there, so you're right.
The turbine box doesn't exist. You could
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this is not... I mean, at least you get 30 cuts.
Oh, okay, so I'm just supposed to cut everywhere.
What the hell is this puzzle? Everything's just spinning.
Okay, so the problem is I can only cut through the middle, and I only cut through the middle vertical or horizontal. So like the things that are small and spinning in the corners, I think I just have to ignore. Like the even if.
You could travel through multiple planes.
Yeah, because literally that one was just, here's the word could, here's the word you.
However, how frail I say.
Is there even a contradiction in this pile yet?
Not in this pile. I have to get it forward.
Gundam is the best arguer ever, somehow.
Even if the turbine box doesn't exist, you could
The fuck is a turbine box?
provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say. Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
Is that enough?
No, it has to be in the middle or towards him.
Even if the
Poo.
turbine box doesn't exist,
Somehow we have infinite tries. Because we haven't lost any life on this yet.
you use a
I don't lose life unless it pushes too far against me.
Okay, so not infinite.
your decayed illusion.
Okay, hold on. I need to be focusing really hard on where words are. Because, like, some of them I can hit on the edges. That's the problem. Like, some of them are just long enough that I can't hit them.
The turbine box doesn't exist.
Well, you watched me completely fuck up my game, so now turnabout's fair play.
However, how frail frail, I say.
I mean, you're doing pretty good.
I missed one.
You missed like 4.
Progeny of vile deities?
Well, the problem is I can't hit all of them, right? So some of them are literally impossible to hit, and those ones I don't have to worry about. The problem is my brain is mixing up some of them. Because a lot of shit's on the edges, but I can hit it. Like, I can hit the can exist one.
Wait, you're that limited?
Use a spacious wormhole.
Well, it only goes through the center, Jeff. If I can't hit it with a swipe that goes through the dead center, then I can't hit it. The problem
Seriously?
is some of them are long enough to reach towards the center enough, like that one. That one was all the way on the left, but... Okay, I literally was only like 1 off there.
I mean, you're getting closer.
Doesn't exist. You could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail, I say. Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
I should use the slowdown.
Yeah, I think that would help you on this one.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist,
Maybe not. It seems like it's too slow.
multiple planes.
No, it can help me. I just need to not hold it constantly.
However, how frail, I say.
Because I'm seeing ones I can hit now that I didn't think I could hit before.
Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
Okay, so ones I can hit the 2 of the first ones. I can hit the middle I can hit the middle one and the right one with horizontal swipes, but it's hard.
Doesn't exist.
Yeah, this is difficult and silly.
Travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole.
At least you can get the wormhole ones pretty
Frail,
decently.
I say. Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
Okay, it's on his side now. And it's still not enough? Oh my god, I thought that was enough to...
No, he's gonna be the ultimate challenge.
Oh my god, this
The
is
guy who believes he's a
absolutely
warlock.
obnoxious.
However, how frail, I say.
No, this is obnoxious. This is ridiculous.
Illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities? Even if the turbid box doesn't exist,
It's just him and his big vocabulary destroying everything.
provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail, I say. Your decayed illusion.
You can't hit any of those top ones?
Shall I feed you to the progeny of
Apparently
vile
I
deities?
can't, but I'm taking damage, which implies that I should be able to? Like, because I noticed on the very first sentence, there, like the very first things he says, there are ones that are 100% impossible, and when they go away, I don't. The line doesn't push towards me. Like the line, it doesn't go koosh,
Okay,
and the line
okay.
doesn't push toward me. Which means anytime you see the line, you hear that sound and see the line push toward me, there's one I missed, and I have to figure out which ones they are because right now I cannot for the life of me figure it out.
You could travel through multiple planes.
There I
provided you
missed
use a
the-
spacious wormhole.
The could?
How frail, I say. Your decayed illusion.
Like my thought is I can hit frail somehow, but
Apparently you can. I don't think I've ever seen you hit frail.
anyway, I'm out of cuts because I was swinging really wild.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist,
I can hit Turbine Box. I can hit the
Does not
exist line.
exist?
planes.
Can you hit it vertically? Or is it too far
No, I
over?
can't. I can't. It only goes through the center, Jeff.
I say.
Unless there's something I'm not aware of.
Illusion.
At this point, let me look. Is there anything else I can do to move it around? Concentrate. Fire
Open
Chief
health.
Bullet Blade. Select Blade. Open this menu.
Overturn.
Fast forward, which I don't want to do. What is overturn?
Just says right mouse button.
Right.
Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile
Damn, it
deities?
didn't work.
Oh my god, I can cut diagonal!
You can?
Yes, if I hold down and left or right at the same time, it cuts diagonal. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Well, that'll destroy this.
You could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole.
I knew it was kind of dumb that you couldn't hit the whole screen considering how this game is supposed to
Your
work.
decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of
Is there seriously you only get like 8 directions to pick from?
Yeah, we did it. We got forward here.
Prove the secret passage exists.
by
It always
Nagito's
goes through the
existence.
center. Whatever I do, it always goes through the center. I can't.
Know the limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the octagon.
Well, they had to.
If you don't at least
Well-
pray to the key which
What was the contradiction there?
I ran out of time.
Shit.
Wow. We
Well, you-
literally did that long enough that I ran out of time. That's crazy. Okay.
Oh, did we fuck up the whole trial?
I don't think so. It's a game over when you run out of time, but I don't
Oh
think
shit,
I
they're
go...
gonna kill me.
We will never give up.
Okay, I gotta retry.
But
and
that's not how the
see
trial
it
works.
It goes back to the rebuttal showdown, so I have to do the diagonal thing again, but... Once I knew about the diagonal thing, I succeeded.
Yeah, because that hits the whole screen.
provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say. Your decay
How dare you say our arguments are frail? We've destroyed all of our other opponents.
deities.
I can't back down.
Yeah, this is the mash.
Sure. I mean,
Well, if
he's-
you don't get it quite close enough, you end up with the mash.
The passage exists.
you have to mash the button 12 times.
It was at the octagon.
Know the limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the octagon. Don't bark, you cur. If you don't want at least pray to the key.
What is the contradiction in that sentence?
The problem is I swiped at another word at the same time it showed up, and it killed it.
Yes.
But that's 100% the thing.
I mean, it's the only contradiction we've got. So it kinda has to be.
Okay, it's gonna show up.
The maelstrom of blind. What the fuck does that mean? That's not a fucking. That's not a contradiction. That's a metaphor.
It means he's claiming there's nothing.
The maelstrom of being confused.
Anyway, we got it. We did it. We did it. We did it.
And the chain
How do we know? There might be another 2 more showdowns with this ding dong.
place I can think of.
There might also
Okay,
be
but
a
I
showdown with
know
Nagito somehow.
There's the rhythm game. We're gonna have to do the rhythm game at some point.
Well, yeah, because he's getting into this, and like now he's got all his energy.
Were used in the crime.
He's gonna use it to destroy us.
The killer went to the octagon.
Yeah, my guess is he's gonna make one final claim, and that's gonna be the rhythm game.
We know about the secret passage.
Is that where we hit him with the Nagito bullet somehow? Even though we already hit him with it.
Okay, so the trick here is
What bullet do we got left?
we don't. The rhythm game doesn't use bullets.
Doesn't it use like a
pops
final
bunch of-
bullet?
It pops a bunch of shit on the screen, and I have to spell it in the right order.
Oh yeah, the final spelling thing.
It does a WASD, and it spells something, and
Yeah,
I have to
that-
word it in the right way.
That is how that works.
More time on this opening act.
Because I remember we got stuck on that for like 30 seconds on one of the cases. I think it
'cause
might have been the
sometimes
Pecco case.
Sometimes you have to. It's sometimes, in my opinion, and I think it's a thing that's partially lost in.
The elevator.
No,
in
it's
translation.
confusingly worded.
Yeah, sometimes it's weirdly worded,
Mara wasn't able to go to Grape Tower.
which I think is because of translation things, but
He tried going
I don't know
over to
for sure.
Strawberry Tower, just like we did when we found out the elevator was broken. Well, it's obvious he'd attempt that. At that time, we didn't know the two towers were the exact same place. Also, the button in Strawberry Hall wasn't broken, so he was easily able to enter Strawberry Tower. But surprise! Gundam was waiting for Nekomaru's arrival.
Hold on.
So how did Gundam manage to take down Nekomaru and kidnap him?
Anyway,
Did he like hit his button?
if you didn't catch the music that was playing when Nagito was going is the like end game. We're describing how it all went down music, and Nagito was trying to do that in our place. Like
Cool.
Nagito just tried to do the thing we are supposed to eventually
Their
do.
plan was a balancing act of
And
uncertainties.
that's
But even if they
meaningful.
failed, they probably
I mean,
wouldn't
it's.
have minded.
I think it is because like you're seeing him trying to be us instead of
Everyone the next morning
letting
said
us
nothing
be us,
happened.
right?
Well, he can't be the protagonist. We already filled that role, and we're still
Right.
here.
In that concept,
Without such a risk,
but he's trying to not let the normal person win. Like he's trying to win before
I'm
us.
going to continue
What does this have to do? You can't win you win the trial by living.
through this.
Right, but
Gundam successfully
think of it as
lured
like
Nekomaru to
who's the
Strawberry
one that
Tower.
saved the day? The normal guy or him?
With the robotic
We all do.
Is he gonna
That's
let-
how the game works.
But who's the one that put all the pieces together?
Well, he wrote. Well, he's gonna have to show us his manga to prove it.
What did you just say? battle?
What's wrong
Did
with
you
that?
battle? Because you're fighting a robot guy.
Don't mess with me! I cannot ignore those words!
Like, underneath all that, you're like
Why are
a
you
semi-weakling guy who has no physical abilities
Do
whatsoever.
not understand! You don't understand at all!
You don't even have sharp, like, fingernails.
After all this time, you still don't understand anything at all!
So did Nagito, like, subvert the entire final act? We don't have to do the manga or the rebuttal or the voting?
No, we do. They'll do it.
I cannot finish
Is he trying to subvert us and the game's, like, not going to allow him to do it?
However, I cannot finish just
No, the
yet.
player has to still do everything.
Cannot finish!
Anyway, rhythm game time.
What's his argument, though? That he didn't fight Nekomaru?
Going to destroy your
Well,
illusory
so
assumptions.
a lot of times the rhythm game isn't really them arguing so much as it's them refusing to listen or just spouting a fuck ton of nonsense.
You said I
That's just Gundam normally.
night butter.
I mean, yeah, but he's just gonna do it ever more feverishly.
Was on the back of Nekomaru's neck. To press it, I'd have to
Okay, but how is that a contradiction?
On Coach Nekomaru.
Nekomaru never turns around. That's just a thing about him.
Just as I thought, truly frail, succumbing so easily to this simple.
I don't know, it seems like it'd be kind of easy to trick Nekomaru into turning around.
Yeah, we have to like open a thing and then press a button. The second you try to open the thing, he's gonna feel that.
Own human limitations.
Sure.
What's wrong, Gundam?
And that's why you broke it open with this hammer.
Anyway, I'm pretty sure if I remember what the thing is at the end of the rhythm game for this one.
That I'm satisfied.
Is it because it's such an
Listen well.
interesting case?
You two tips for making someone admit their defeat. First, you must crush them with your own overwhelming power.
I mean, Gundam's pretending to have overwhelming power, but I don't think anyone believes him.
That human. You have not fulfilled either of those yet.
I think everyone around him is just pissed off. Kane, Fuyuhiko, people, Kazuichi right there.
Okay, I believe this is the rhythm game now. Yep, rhythm game.
It's Panic talking. And he's got shields.
Won't let you. For the Tanaka
I don't remember the buttons to this.
Wither,
Right button?
crushed as David prophesied.
Tab?
I won't let you.
Well, let's reload. So do I not?
Tanaka Empire.
He doesn't have an empire, he's one man.
Crushed as David prophesied. Show me the cadaver.
That's not the thing you say in a murder case when we actually have found
Anyway,
the body.
I think I was thinking of an element that was in this mini game in the first game that's not in this game right now, which is I don't have to target the words. Like I don't have to use a different button to target the words. I just have one button to shoot. I have to still pay attention to ammo and use a different button to reload, but
Well, not now, you're on infinite stock.
yeah,
Well, now
right
you're
now I'm
not.
I won't let
Also, now you're on invisible, like...
Anyway, this is an easy one because it's the
Oh.
4 Dark Devas of Destruction. Like, I was like, wait, I remember it. This one's easy because it's the name of his goddamn hamsters. And he says it all the time, so you know the order of the words.
So the hamsters broke his button hatch?
He didn't break the button hatch. This has nothing to do with breaking the button hatch.
As long as you have the power of
You,
Oh.
for some reason, gravitated on the fact that the button hatch was broken. Even though all of him was broken, because he fell three floors or however many floors.
Are you seriously?
Everything else that broke on him at least made sense.
Anyway, also remember, unlike the first game, in this game, every single trial has required the skills of the murderer. Like, the murderer used their talents in every single murder in this game.
We saw that with our very own eyes.
So Gundam has to use animals in this murder somehow. If that were to stay true, I should say.
I mean, it seems like some of them are very roundabout, if that is a rule.
Well, okay, so let's take a look at this game.
Because
I
don't think Taro Taro needed to use cooking to do what he did.
Yes,
I mean-
he did, because he hid the bone. He hid the murder weapon as the bone in the meat.
Yeah,
It was how he
but
did-
roundabout.
But I feel like I even remember you saying that it was cool how they at least brought in his power because they didn't do it in the first game for that many. Leon did. He had to throw the orb.
Well, then
But the
I'm
other
gonna have
ones really
to.
didn't.
I'm gonna have to get in the old time machine and have a talk with my 3-month-old self about why that's actually pretty dumb.
But yeah, they hid the bone and the meat, and
Pico stood on her sword, so that made sense.
Peko did the samurai sword jump trick to get out.
What did Mikon do?
She messed with stuff so that we couldn't figure out like the proper times of death and stuff, like stuff that you would need medical knowledge to know how to do.
Yeah, she did do that.
Because she like messed with the temperatures of the rooms and stuff, and then he used the.
And wait, is this the? Yeah, this is the time when he like threw one of his hamsters at the button for no reason. Because you didn't need to do that. The button still works.
Had he not done that, there's other probably things we could have pointed to that his hamsters did.
Now that you mention it, after Ibuki was killed in the music venue,
there we go.
one of Gundam's hamsters retrieved the piece of wallpaper from the baton lighting, right?
Yeah, I do remember that. Because no one else could figure out how to get up there.
And their exceptionally smart brains, it must have been possible to secretly get one of them behind Mekamaru.
See, when you do all the training with all these damn animals, you really have to justify it any way you can.
Gundam.
Otherwise, you feel like a real loser. Why is he just laughing now?
Not just myself, but you actually brought up how splendid.
Well, why are you admitting it now?
I have no recourse.
Okay, now he's just giving up.
Admit it? Did you say
But I haven't even drawn my comic yet. I need to draw my comic.
We always draw the comic after they're kind of already got.
I will defeat you with this 10 pages of coloring doodles.
Anyway, time to go do the manga. That's the next thing we're doing.
This is gonna be a long one. This has been ridiculous.
This is a ridiculous one. All right, let's do it. Let's
Clocks.
get the. Okay, so we have.
That's him adjusting the clock. Is Fuyuhiko the one? Because he was tired? Why is Nekamaru... Oh, is that when he's tied up? Is that why he's upside down?
It's not. Oh, wait. We're being stupid. In this one, we don't do it in order. We hop around with these pieces to find where the pieces go. So this one's a fake. We don't need that one.
Hamsters happened. Is this the one where he... No, it's
not.
Oh, maybe that was the one where he was looking down at something?
No, I think him dangling is going to be...
Why is he
destroyed
dangling?
what after leaving the tower?
You destroyed a lot of things.
Is the fake weapon, so we got that one. This one is who gathered at the lounge.
Oh, is that him being tired? Is that where it goes?
No, because the alarm's going off. So this is when the alarm goes off and they all come.
Is that him upside down?
This one's a fake. Hold on. I'm trying to figure out which ones are all fakes and which ones aren't. Killer destroyed what after leaving?
I don't think... Well, there's nothing being destroyed in these pictures.
Wire wrapped around his feet. Dangling in midair. No, not yet.
No. It's not 5:30.
Nekamaru's weakness is the button on the back of his neck. What time did Fuyuhiko?
5:30. No, that's
who was in the lounge? Right there. Boom. Who was in the lounge? Okay, there's that. Okay. Now we get stock 2.
The loop, the brake, the button
this
pushing.
one goes here. The wire was...
Wait, why was the killer looking at the clock in his chest?
He had to set the alarm for him to wake up.
Oh, I thought he did that by himself.
Nekamaru didn't. Why would Nekamaru set the alarm for that time? He's already up and around and moving.
Well, then why didn't he set it for like, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes later? Why did he wait until 7:30?
So that he had enough time to get back and give himself an alibi?
Which he fucked up.
That's the handle breaking.
Yeah, that's... What about the loop?
Who gathered in the lounge?
Oh, the loop's probably a fake.
Killer destroyed this.
There's no destruction there.
The wire wrapped around his feet.
Is that one the clock-looky one?
Who set the alarm? Hold on.
Is that the clock look? No, that's already a panel. So it can't be another panel.
It's wrapping it around the doorknob. Because here he's tying it around his feet. In that picture, it's already on the doorknob. So
Okay, that one's destroying the button. So find the destroying one and put the button there. Because he broke this button.
What am I missing? Who gathered in the lounge? That's this
they
one.
did.
Who heard the rumbling noise?
Oh, us did.
Here's everything that happened in this case.
I thought that book would have been longer.
Let's first go over
I mean, there's a lot of details in it, which is why there's all these fragments, is because each of these triangles is a thing, and that's a lot more triangles than normal, but we didn't have to fill all of them in.
Destroyed the contact elevator. This separated Nagito and the others.
It's amazing that Gundam planned all of this out, and the one thing that tripped him up was Fuyuhiko.
Right?
Next,
That's what Nagito got a chuckle out of.
Well, why didn't he just lock Fuyuhiko in his room?
Fuyuhiko never went to his room.
He never did. I thought he was.
I mean,
I thought he got up at like 5.
Maybe. I guess I don't know for sure. I don't know if it was ever specifically stated, like, where or when he was before he was in the lounge.
After finishing their preparations, the killer went to Strawberry Tower.
Because he had infinite tries at the death game.
Well, no. Once you complete it once, you just get to go back.
Which you can enter once you clear the final death room. This means the killer discovered the secret.
And he decided to do a flashy pose to no
I mean,
one.
it is Gundam. It is Gundam. If anybody's gonna do the flashy pose, it's Gundam.
Is there any particular reason that Gundam did this?
I mean, someone's gotta kill someone, or they're all gonna starve to death.
I guess he
So-
thought Nekomaru was the... Well,
He's-
Nekomaru is
yeah,
hard
I
to
guess-
kill, so it doesn't really make sense.
But maybe he was trying to think of plans, and the only plan that worked was
Well,
Nekomaru.
yeah, Nekomaru
yeah,
because
turned
he's
him off.
It's kind of weird. The reason why you think he's unkillable is because he's a robot, but his ultimate downfall was because he's a robot.
Right.
At that point, the killer had already messed with our perception.
Also, Gundam is the only one who can take him down, and what feels like to everybody a person you can't take down. Like, a lot of people wouldn't necessarily think of the fact that Gundam can take him down, because Gundam can take him down because they hamsters.
Yes. No one's tall enough.
However, because the contact elevator was
Why is he walking like that?
I don't know, robot walk, I guess.
So he decided to try going to Strawberry Tower.
Because it was really important. He threw every one of his hamsters at him?
It even says 4 Dark Devas on the comic.
With the power of hamsters, they were able to
With the power of hamsters.
That's a good line.
That is a pretty good line. The fact that they delivered it super seriously too.
This forced him to enter sleep mode, rendering him immobile.
And also unconscious?
From there, the killer began
Yeah.
preparing to use
He's completely turned off now.
That whole ultimate weapon thing was the biggest red herring.
First, they set the alarm in Nekomaru's chest.
I thought it was gonna be something cool. Like, I don't know, a catapult. I don't know how it'd work, but I wanted to be kinda cool. Oh, that's how that worked. They tied him up on the floor.
Yeah. They attacked him in Strawberry House.
So yeah, they didn't have to drag him anywhere.
The killer then destroyed the door button to Strawberry Hall. They did this to keep
Which is why it never mattered why he's like 1,100 pounds.
and to keep us from discovering the secret of the building structure that they used to kill Nekomaru.
They destroyed everything and also chained up everything because they knew the illusion and all the answers.
Then
They knew this building inside and out
traveled to Grape House.
while starving to death.
After arriving at Grape Hall, they pressed the button to open the door to the tower. When that happened, the elevator-like floor of the tower began descending.
How is he in the thing when it's
Nekomaru's
descending?
body was still inside,
He's not in it
hanging
when it's
upside down in
descending.
midair from the wire.
But then what's going on in this panel?
Okay, so in this panel, he pressed the button, the thing descended down to Grape House. Now Nekomaru is dangling Gundam enters to fuck with the shit on the grape house side. So he's gonna go tie the fucking chains around the door and stuff.
Grape Tower to see if their setup was successful.
They even had the time to confirm the plan, and he still fucked it up.
I mean, he had enough time to look up.
Well, no, he's still placing things.
Right, but while he's placing things, all you have to do is look up to see if he's dangling properly.
We couldn't enter the tower from Strawberry Hall. With this, the killer finished their setup and tried to go back to their room using the secret passage. So they could craft their alibi when Nekomaru died from the fall.
Quote-unquote craft.
But something unexpected happened. Fuyuhiko.
He's staring at the floor. He might be able to get away with this.
As a result, the killer couldn't return to
He could have climbed up on the ceiling
Time ran out.
using his warlock powers and made it to the other side.
The lounge's wall clock alarm started ringing at 5:30.
Well, then again, if he did that, maybe Kazuichi would have seen him. Depending on this, I don't know, this panel makes it seem like it happened like the instant he got back.
When the wall clock's alarm rang, that was also the same time Nekomaru was waking up. He woke up while he was still hanging upside down, so he couldn't help but sway his body powerfully.
He couldn't help it.
Weird way of wording that. He panicked.
Yeah, I think he probably would have panicked, but I don't know about him not being able to stop it. If he would have at least, like, realized, had, like, another 15 seconds to realize he probably shouldn't have done that.
I think how it should have been worded is he woke up, and because of the predicament he was, he couldn't help but panic. Like, that's the better way of doing it. Because, like, he wakes up, he doesn't necessarily realize he's dangling yet. He knows he's tied up. He probably starts to realize he's dangling. He doesn't realize necessarily how far from the floor he is.
Yeah, because
these are all details that are unfamiliar to him. So he essentially just wakes up in a really unfamiliar situation. And it makes sense that you'd panic.
He wouldn't have been able to make it. Like, he probably only had about 10 seconds before he would have fallen either way.
That's true.
So he wouldn't have had the time to realize that he fucked up. And Gundam summoned a portal to get back to his home dimension.
I can't think of anyone else but you.
It's a really, really weird panel of Gundam.
That was splendid. For a mere human, you did
I kind of wish Gundam would have done more things in this story.
And it only took us an hour and a half longer than we needed to. Because it is almost 2 a.m.
Are you serious?
It is 1:41 right now.
Holy hell.
And we still have the execution and stuff to go through before I get my save point.
Yeah, that's gonna be like another 20 minutes.
Yup, which is why I'm saying, calling it right now, it's gonna get done at about 2 a.m.
Well, I apologize for that. I didn't think this was gonna be such a mess.
I didn't realize it was gonna take this long either. No, we did get stuck-ish in a few spots.
Well, yeah, but even then, would we lose like a collective 10 minutes?
Probably. Anyway, I wanna see us get that really, really, really bad score on some things. 29 on that one.
Well,
where's the diagonal sword one? 0 points. That's
0.
The diagonal sword one.
Fuck
so
you, Gabe. We deserve more than 0.
We have a 0 on one part and 29 on another part. My guess is those are our two big stuck spots.
0.
The 29 must be our bullet towards the beginning that fucked and got me super close to death. And then 17 is where we literally ran out of time because I couldn't fucking figure out that I could swipe diagonally.
This result isn't all that exciting.
I don't know, the case was exciting. Isn't that enough?
In front of you and cast your vote. Who will be chosen as the black and free trap? I bit my tongue at the most important part.
Or Monokuma. Anyway, let's vote.
Well, we can't vote up Sonya this time.
Well, there's always, the next couple times, I guess.
I think just my luck that Sonya isn't going to be the killer next time.
And by that I mean we have 2 chapters left, and you should already know that the final chapter is the putting together the big puzzle instead of the
murder.
murder.
Unless they do that thing where like an unknown person is the murderer.
I mean, there could be a murder involved with the final trial too, in a way, but
I mean, considering the island, we could all die simultaneously because of the bomb.
Nice.
And it's because Gundam... because he saw Gundam do it. What do you mean the incident? What's left of the incident? Oh, Gundam's testimony. Even though Gundam accepted his loss at some point.
I mean, specifically let Gundam have some last words. I wouldn't call it a testimony at this point because the court case is over.
I don't know what Gundam would even have left to say. Like, does he have any, like, important information to disclose to us? Because it seems like he's just been standing in a corner saying obscure shit the entire time.
No, I'm not gonna argue that he has a reason for, like...
I'm just more questioning what is he gonna say.
I'm not saying it's necessarily gonna be anything useful. I'm just saying we're giving a man his last words.
Listen well.
He has honor? Does he believe in honor?
So apparently one thing is incorrect, and he's gonna correct it. So apparently...
Did you beat him up?
Fine.
Oh, what?
This too must be the will of causality.
At least we get the final line. We get to hear that again.
You.
So he's saying it wasn't an ambush. There was actually a scuffle of some regard.
I mean, scuffle can mean a lot of things.
History.
Within the final dead room, I discovered the secret of the funhouse and devised a killing plan utilizing that secret. By tampering with all the clocks in the building, I succeeded in luring Nekomaru to the tower.
Oh, wait.
And
Well, I guess Nekomaru alone is the answer to that? Because Nekomaru would have come on time no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
And also had all my auras ready to go. And also my auras were bending reality. And what is he trying to say? Like, Nekomaru let himself get killed?
No, he's saying Nekomaru put up a fight.
I don't know. This sounds like bullshit somehow.
So he sensed, like, upon getting there and realizing no one else was there other than me, he figured out what fucking was gonna happen.
You had a stare down. I mean, it would have been easy for him to try, but would he have gotten away?
Yeah, that's fair enough to argue, but he could have tried to run away.
He could have called for help, but who would have listened? Who would have heard him?
Maybe the people in the... because they're in Strawberry side, the Strawberry door's open, 1 floor up from them, Fuyuhiko's sitting in the lounge.
Yeah, I don't know, it seems a bit iffy.
I mean, maybe, but I mean, if you can hear him fall, maybe you can, you know... I mean, it probably does make a lot more noise, but if he yells at the top of his lungs...
Well, I mean, considering what they heard, they didn't even figure out the Nekomaru hit the rock thing. He chose to fight Gundam and somehow lost.
Well, the hamsters still. Like,
oh, so he didn't actually... So he didn't actually fight.
In the fight. Well, presumably there was a fight, it was, you know, 5 against 1 in a way.
So the only clarification he wanted to make was that he quote-unquote did that... Well, not quote-unquote, he did that to Nekomaru face-to-face.
Well, yeah, that Nekomaru 1 chose to fight him instead of any other options that Nekomaru potentially had. And 2, that it wasn't like a straight-up ambush.
Nekomaru seems to have gotten a bit of a shitty deal in this game.
Yeah, and then Gundam points out that if he had died to Nekomaru in that case, this could have been a very different murder, like even harder murder, because there would have been all these clues that tether things to Gundam, but Gundam's the victim, so like that becomes really confusing.
Well, to be fair, I think it would have been equally as clever, and we would have figured it out.
But
Yeah.
I think the problem would be that I don't know, would Nekomaru be the sort of person to hide it, or would he be so like obvious about it that we would have instantly sussed it out? That Gundam set all this up, and Nekomaru was like, "Oh my god, I killed him."
Dialogue of their fight. Here's the actual dialogue of their fight.
The scorching, stinging, tense atmosphere. I've been a team manager for so long.
How many people do you have to fight as a team manager?
What a comforting atmosphere.
But he didn't even fight. He just said that and lost.
And what is your reason? Do you intend to resolve this situation by killing me?
It's kind of a shame that Nekomaru didn't get to do anything.
I am the Warlock, Gundam Tanaka. Heroes.
Are they just LARPing at this point?
And even the gods themselves.
In a way, like Gundam seeing the fight in his silly way, and Nekomaru seeing the fight in his way. So, like, in a way, in that sense, I guess.
Wait, he's annoyed by Nekomaru is the reason? I thought this was kind of just a crime by convenience.
Well, it was, I'm gonna kill you because of your very existence as an annoyance. He's giving a reason. It's like, so what is your reason? Do you intend to resolve the situation by killing me?
Well, that would resolve the situation.
It might not be that.
Well, he's a warlock. He already did that.
I mean, he's a warlock.
Isn't that like the inherent thing about warlocks? Is you get your power from evil?
You get your power from some sort of entity.
Oh, fair enough.
It actually depends on your lore, because warlock is just the male term for witch, and like most of human history, that's kind of what it is. Just kind of the male equivalent to witch. So it's just a practitioner of dark magic.
But he said so. He said it in the text. What do you mean, why couldn't you stop this? Because he wanted to do it. Or is he talking about, like, the fight, and not the murder?
Let me tell you. You weakling!
I mean, fair enough. That's a way of looking at it. Well, lowly lol, Gundam, I managed to survive.
My tears. If you flinch, you will die. Let me ask. Fine. Listen well.
Being a good person.
I shall engulf this world.
Says the guy who's about to be killed by the fires of hell or magic spells.
I renounce you.
Or, I don't know, maybe he's gonna get eaten by, like, a crocodile.
Damn it.
Yeah, but they didn't fight, though.
I mean, they did.
They had a stare down, and then Gundam pulled his trump card and won.
Fall, my tears.
I don't know. I like to think it's more than that, but I guess we don't get a hard enough image to show that.
We need some more establishing shots. Get back in the tower.
Oh. You...
Well, wouldn't he have had to?
Let's make history.
But Nagito only did it once.
No, Nagito pulled the trigger twice when he was in there with Monami.
Did he?
Hmm.
Oh, yeah,
did.
because of his power, the gun jammed or whatever the fuck.
Oh, just you got lucky twice. Yeah, I think.
What do you do?
Spin
the cylinder another time?
I don't fully remember how it went, but
Well,
I know he played it twice. So yeah, either it jammed or he spun the cylinder again. I don't remember at this point, but
No, it doesn't matter. Let's just throw that detail out the window. Just like this entire freaking funhouse.
My name is Gundam Tanaka.
You are not history's greatest monster. You're not even close.
Fade like dust in the wind.
He even spelled pandemonium the pretentious way.
I didn't realize there's multiple ways to spell pandemonium.
I don't think pandemonium has an E in it.
Yes, indeed.
Please wait.
But you always do that.
Huh?
I beg of you.
How pitiful.
What the fuck do you think nobility means? Well, it has to.
Interestingly enough, in a way, their motifs combined.
Did
'Cause-
they?
Well,
They seem
no,
like they're
they
completely
do.
different.
Well, so her motif is she's a princess. His motif is that he's like a warlock. They both exist in a fantasy in that way. So, like, a princess in the sense of, like, knights' castles. Warlock as in wizards' castles. Like, in that regard, they both have that aspect.
Well,
Like, I'm
yeah,
just saying
but Sonya's is
it's-
actually real.
Right. I'm not saying it literally, both of them are in a fantasy world, yada, yada, yada. I'm just saying there's, like, a connection there.
So what is the connection between these two? What did they get? What were they doing?
I mean, they just kind of became friends over the last chapter.
About me?
Are the hamsters gonna get killed too?
Devas of destruction. That is not like you at all.
I don't actively remember.
I guess it doesn't matter.
There's no
Like, what are the hamsters gonna do even if they do live? They're just gonna be on the island forever.
I was simply
Or, I don't know, they're gonna somehow swim home because they actually do have magical powers.
complete. I must return to the darkness.
So he's just gonna go to his death believing his bullshit.
Pride, conceit, courage, insolence, fearful of nothing,
I mean,
daunted by nothing.
not necessarily whether or not he believes it, but he's doing the motif.
That is Gundam
He's sticking to who he is. I guess I'll give him that much.
Well, that's,
Open sesame pandemonium.
I'm almost 100% sure that's how you spell pandemonium.
True hell.
Pretty sure there is an E. I'd have to look it up.
Let's give it everything.
eh.
Anyway, I think I remember now what happens to what happens to the hamsters, but we'll find out in a second.
He gets strangled by his own scarf.
Well, that what happens to the hamsters, not his punishment.
Okay, bulls. And lions and hippos. Oh, he's just gonna get crushed by a bunch of animals. That's pretty fucked up.
Hamsters are with them.
He just left
leaves
them
them.
on a sand dune. And walked into it. Wait, is that a stick?
Yeah.
Oh, he's drawing
Sure.
a seal that's not gonna do anything. Wait, what?
I mean, part of the theatrics might be Monokuma.
Oh,
Because as you see, it didn't do anything.
huh.
Whether it actually lit up, whether Monokuma made it light up, whether
That's not what a stampede would do to you.
right.
Like, you would get crushed into paste. Because you don't get like hit by the first animal and get bounced away. You know, you get trampled, like literally. Why is he being sent to heaven?
Mm.
He's evil. He accepted his own evilness. And now he's a star in the sky.
And the 4 Devas of destruction are left behind.
I'm guessing we're not going to get another clue. So this is probably just going to be some conclusion about how we feel, and then we'll just go to chapter 5.
Yeah, I think we might get something either at the very beginning of chapter 5.
We kind of have to, considering we
Or
didn't
at
get
the end
anything here.
chapter. Well, I don't remember if it happens technically at the end of this chapter or if it's the beginning of the next chapter. Or if it's the end of the next
What?
chapter. I just don't fully remember.
Well, it's not like you could beat up the death game, Akane. What are you even going to do?
You are right.
I mean, since we're moving into chapter 5, we can start speculating on the survivors at this point.
True. We have one more case before the final case.
I think just to spite me, Sonya's probably gonna make it. I know Nagito is probably going to make it just to keep the game interesting. Everyone else, I'm kind of iffy on, because I think they're probably on the chopping block. Fuyuhiko, Akane, Chachki, and Kaz. Honestly, I think Kaz is probably going to survive just to, again, spite me.
Okay, so who do you think is going to survive to spite you? You think Sonya and Kaz right now?
Yeah, Kaz because he's really annoying, and Sonya just to spite me for voting her up twice.
Okay, but the other four are fair game. Akane, Fuyuhiko.
No, Nagito's probably gonna make it too, just to keep the game full of, like, interesting dialogue. Cause like he puts such an interesting spin on, like, a weird spin on all the trials that I don't think they're gonna be willing to give that up at all. But like everyone else, I could see being a murdered or a murderer. I think it's going to be more likely that Chachi's going to end up being a victim if she dies, because I don't really see her being a murderer. Unless there's, like, some different... Unless the motivation pushes her to do it. But that's kind of the problem with this whole series, that the motivations kind of have to exist to, you know, push people to do it. And in the bad cases, that can kind of lead them to sort of rewriting characters, and where you can't see it coming.
I don't know if I'd call it rewriting characters when a lot of the early cases you just don't necessarily know the character as well as you might think you do.
I mean, yeah, I don't think anyone saw what was gonna... Well, maybe they did just because it was so obvious what was gonna happen with Sayaka, because that was like a complete 180 out of nowhere.
Anyway, the size of our group has definitely diminished despite that.
Yeah, aren't we down to like
just the rest of us?
7 people?
Let's see here. There's us, Kazuichi, Sonya, Fuyuhiko, Akane. There's 7 of us.
6.
There's 7.
Well, there's 6 that matter.
If you count us, I don't know if you're counting us or not.
I usually don't, just because the protagonist is like the... I mean, he's the most boring character, but the most useful one. So yeah, we should probably rush through this and get to a save point. Because
Anyway,
I'm starting
however, the only thing I was worried about was him. He wasn't there.
Is he worried about Gundam, or is he talking about someone else? Oh, Nagito. Are we in Nagito's house?
Yeah, we're in Nagito's room right now.
Why did we want to go talk to him?
I mean, no, we're not. Like, we the players are.
Wait, Nagito's talking to somebody?
It's essentially reminiscing to himself, I guess.
Oh, yeah, he's just reading the... What the fuck is that face?
Thanks to that, I was able to meet the identity of a true enemy, and before everyone else, too.
Oh, yeah, because he has all the class rosters.
So, remember how he claimed it had just Hajime's information, and then you were like, what? And I was like, calm down.
From the reserves.
It has everybody's information. Like, the book he got had everybody's information. So
isn't that going to give him too much information and he won't be able to figure it out? I mean, if you have every class...
I mean, everybody's information is in every character in this game, not necessarily literally every fucking student that ever went to Hope Speak Academy.
I mean, that's a thick ass booklet he's got.
Yeah, and it might have multiple pages on each person. It might. I like to believe it has the first and second games people in it.
Do we have another dark secret that we don't know about? Because I think we still have amnesia, well, everyone has amnesia, though.
Yes, our character still has amnesia. We haven't actually regained our, yes, everybody has amnesia on some level, so we don't know what everybody's forgetting. But yes, we have more amnesia than the rest to a certain extent.
Is it Nagito? Did Nagito? Yeah, he wanted to talk. Why would Mono Bear want to talk to him, though? He's not exactly into, like, giving up secrets and shit. Even though he already did that because the game.
Anyway, Monokuma's like, perhaps we found out who the traitor is.
Why would he have introduced the final death game knowing that Nagito had access to it? It seems kind of weird to do that, considering that he's like, hey, I'll give you a super extra special reward if you win Russian roulette at the highest difficulty. It's like, yeah, but it's Nagito.
Right, and maybe he wanted to test to what extent that actually was, because who's to say Monokuma knows exactly to what extent Nagito's luck is? At that point in the story, we saw him, win straws? Like, pulling a straw, he won the best bedroom. Like,
well,
it was more
he didn't win the straw pull, he lost.
Well, but he wanted to lose, so he won.
Yeah,
like,
but he won by losing.
Right. But he got what he wanted, because he wasn't actually unlucky, he was lucky. Because if he wanted this, thus he was lucky to get it.
Yes. The special prize, which one? You won like 5 of them.
Okay, so he points out there is 16 information about 16 people in the file I received, but isn't that weird?
Don't we have 16? We started with 16. I mean, this game didn't pull any punches. We had 16 people.
Isn't that right?
Of course.
Okay. Somehow it will be Junko again.
Oh no, he's referring to the 16 characters of this game.
Which is the dumbest way this could possibly go. Junko coming back from the dead to fuck shit up again. That's definitely not that. It'll turn out that Nagito is Makoto's alternate personality.
Well, right?
You're getting all riled up.
Is Mono Bear saying that about him or Nagito? Because I would really not believe that Nagito figured out who the traitor was immediately.
He said, well, you're splendidly correct to say I knew. So he's saying that Nagito said I knew the traitor, so it's Monokuma knows.
Okay.
Not Nagito.
And the traitor is Monami.
No.
I don't think the traitor is gonna fuck over Mono Bear somehow. The traitor is the one behind this whole situation? Yeah, because that sounds really weird. I mean, I guess Junko did technically do the same thing. I mean, I'm doing a lot of... We're literally standing in front of a bomb. Nagito. I thought he figured it out.
No.
Didn't he?
Unbelievable.
He claims he figured it out, but maybe he's not 100% sure.
Isn't Nagito already doing this? Like he's providing the despair?
I mean, I guess he wants a more active role.
I could set off that bomb. That would cause a lot of problems.
Once again, we don't necessarily know if it's a bomb.
It's shaped like a bomb. And it has big gears in it.
Okay, bombs don't have gears, so that's not a point towards it being a bomb.
Well, that's because those bombs weren't trying. Clearly, this is a more advanced bomb. One that Dracula made. Because if anyone needed high explosives, it'd be a vampire.
Huh?
Like,
Whoa.
say what?
You don't know?
Nagito is really fucked up, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
I have to create the despair in order to defeat it so that I can be the best person. Yeah, I'll give you that title. The thing you do not deserve at all.
The title Makoto got in the first game, by the way.
Well, he earned it at least. What has this guy been doing? He's just been, like, artificially trying to get it by creating his own problems.
Right. He's not claiming he has it. He's claiming that that's what he's going to try to get, or that he was something he's trying to get.
Someone who's not here yet, I guess.
Hey.
That's...
This is chapter 5 of 6, and they're still talking in these vagaries.
This is chapter 4 of 6. We're still in chapter 4. This is the end of chapter 4.
And now the clock's gonna go forward again.
But now we know Monokuma's waiting for someone.
Well, all he said was if, over and over again. Oh shit,
Yeah,
we only have 5 days.
He got silent first when he was confronted with it.
Oh yeah, but this is Mono Bear, like anything could mean anything. Well, let's wrap this up quick.
Yep.
Next week we're gonna be jumping into chapter 5 because this was a catch-up of last week, so it's gonna be your week next week, and I assume you're gonna continue this.
Yeah, and next weekend we might have to do Sunday again.
Oh yeah, we have a thing
Halloween.
on Saturday.
It's a holiday weekend. Because Halloween's on a Monday, so I'm going out with friends for Halloween on Saturday. I have D&D on Friday.
Well, I guess we'll probably just have to do this again then. Where we'll do like a half episode because we'll have to cut it at like 11. Or I don't know. Maybe we can push it up to 6 or something to make up for it.
I was gonna say, yeah, we'll probably start it early like we have done the last couple times we've had to start on Sundays.
We'll start Parasite Eve 2 weeks from now. So it's gonna be the next project for PSX Survival Horror. It's gonna be kind of weird because like Square Enix didn't just rip off Silent Hill. To be honest, while I was playing it, it kind of reminded me of more of an RPG, which was very odd. It's like a traditional survival horror, but it has RPG combat for some reason. And basically, what I'm gonna get to is that we'll talk about. I'll try and get around to talking about Textile Lives the next couple of weeks because, like, I told you earlier, I finally finished it today, and I've been spite watching it for about several months now because I've been exclusively watching it on the treadmill.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I'm tired, so probably just cut it there.
I also need to get to bed.